Welcome to Jewellery Maker. It's so good to be with you today. My name is Rebecca Redican. Not spelt with 2 B's, but still, it's lovely to be with you. Do you know what? That has been like that since I started. So, sort of 6 years now. Coming up to 7 years. Still Rebecca, but I like it. I think it's had a little twist. It's lovely to be with you today. It truly is, and it is even more beautiful, I would say, to be joined by the creator of this wonderful DVD. It is the one, the only, Nadia Shields. Good evening, Nadia. How are you?
I'm excellent tonight. How are you?
You're excellent. I love that.
Absolutely excellent.
We've only got 100, well actually Dalmatians, 101 exactly if your DVD left. That's it, that's all. They're going to go tonight, we have a feeling. This DVD, have you had feedback on it yet? Have people been getting in touch with you on social media?
Had people get in touch. I mean, we had so many lovely messages. I just have to say thank you very much for everyone that's messaged me, texted in, and you know, bought a DVD. It was absolutely amazing. Yeah, so I had a few people texting me and asking a few questions about it. And yeah, if you have any questions, ask me.
If you missed out first time around on the DVD, tonight could be your night. 101 is all I've got. Can I show you this? Because I think, help if I didn't show it upside down. This is absolutely beautiful. One of the most saleable shapes out there, the love heart shape. And today I am bringing it to you in a beautiful strand, brand new to me. It is your green aventurine. The thing that struck me instantly with these was that strength of colour. Does anyone else expect almost like a watery? When I think of aventurine, I imagine aquamarine kind of colours, kind of tones, let's say, kind of depth of colour, a little bit wishy-washy maybe. This is so intense. I even had to double check if it had had any treatments, presuming that it had, because it's so extra than what I would normally expect. It hasn't. It is entirely and absolutely natural. These are focal pieces, perfect for petals amongst other things, and they are coming up for you tonight. In fact, in this hour, 6:45 on these ones. Can I show you tonight's must-have? Do you mind? It's a special one. This is going to go great with amber, actually. When I was in Gdansk earlier on this year, and we were speaking to Marius was talking about how his favourite combination with amber is turquoise and turquoise colours, so I have got quite a bit of turquoise on tomorrow. This is that kind of turquoise colour, but it's actually an apatite. That has got a zing, hasn't it?
That is so vivid.
Yeah.
And that's even on screen. I mean, looking across from here, the colour is even more vivid looking from the far away from here rather than on screen. That's amazing.
It's a real pop, isn't it?
Beautiful. Always thought apatite is always the most absolutely amazing blue gemstone.
Agreed.
It's like chrome dioxide in blue, isn't it?
That is a lovely description. I've not heard that description before, but that is absolutely right. Yeah, completely. Tom, what did you say then? That's not under £10, is it, Becky? No. 19.99 it is. No, I'm joking. We're going under a tenner on it. It is tonight's must-have for you. £9.95. Anyone fancy that price? Well, you're not getting it. We're going to go lower. Gosh, I sounded quite strict then, actually, didn't I? So that is coming up for you as well. I've got some marvellous monochromes coming up as well in another brand new strand. I've got 2 incredible kits. I've got the DVD. But before it, should we dive on in? Where are we diving to? Don't mind if we do. Let's start with some pearls, and not just any old pearls. Beautifully real, genuine metallic pearls. Metallic pearls have the most exciting orient. They have a quality of colour, and that is why these have been so popular that I've only got 1 left. That's 1 exactly. Uno. 1. Can't think of any other. Uno. One. Thank you. We have got the opportunity to get your natural metallic pearls here, and what I really love about these ones is they've got that natural sort of purple to golden hue about them, which I think looks really luxurious. This kind of shape is big news in the fashion trend right now, and remember, London Fashion Week is, New York Fashion Week, well, Fashion Week is starting today, so there's lots of things like this we expect to see on the catwalk. Let's give you a sensational deal, shall we? Don't mind if we do. When we launched strands like this, we were around the £100 mark, £80 mark, £60 mark for smaller than this. Today though, genuine Keshi pearls at just £39.95. That is it. So if you fancy grabbing your hands on them for the final one, now is your chance. There are people thinking about it. You've got it in your baskets. Lovely to see you there. Fastest finger first right now for you to check out. Can I also say whilst you're there, if you like these kind of colours, bit beautiful.
That was just a gorgeous, gorgeous.
You must have been over the moon.
That was beautiful, yeah. That goes really well together.
Oh, Mrs. Christmas is in, chatting about your DVD, saying, I just started mine, the DVD is great.
Oh, fantastic. That's great. Thank you for feedback.
Oh, Mrs. Christmas, I'm glad you're loving it. And are you, there's loads of interest on this, by the way, are you making along as you're watching it, or do you watch it first? Because I think sometimes, like on Bake Off, they say, don't they, like read the instructions first and then try it. Yeah. But I like to dive straight in, I do.
I think it depends on how you like to do things.
That's
it
true.
Depends if you prefer to watch the whole thing and get an idea of what's ahead before you start.
Yeah,
so,
that's true.
Yeah, I think it's different.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm pinging these jump rings around. Jump rings. Am I right in saying Fleur's on this weekend? Tomorrow, she's on tomorrow. And of course, if you love your jump rings and you love your chain mail, they kind of go hand in hand. I've got for you here your 5mm inner diameter. So they're around about a 7 outer diameter-ish. You're getting 200 in here. This is one of our go-to sizes, I would say, one of our standard sizes. The vast majority of chainmail and the traditional Byzantine, etc., is going to require this size. If you want to make, for example, a Byzantine bracelet, you're going to need approximately 200. So you could make, just for the materials alone, a Byzantine, for example, bracelet for just £3.95. It really does go to show, because of course Byzantine bracelets, they've been huge with the sort of arrival of Game of Thrones, etc, etc. You can be paying on the high street serious amounts of money. We're talking triple figures. These are your beautiful copper jump rings, so they're really nice and malleable. They have got a saw drill to them. A saw drill? That makes no sense. A saw line to them, which means you can open and close them. It's really hard to see because they're so beautifully done, so no pincered edges or anything else like that.
I think up to this day, our jump rings are probably my favorite piece of findings that we have. And, just because they are such good quality.
They are really special, aren't they? I'm so excited for all you collectors to be able to bring you this collection piece tomorrow. It's probably going to be coming up about 4 o'clock, says the lovely Tom. He thinks it might be about 4. We are going to do it definitely in the mid-show though. This is going to sell out quickly. We do know that. I'm happy to say I've got over 100 though, so there is opportunity for all. I love the fact that with this piece you can actually, do you know why this is curved? We've not cut it that way. Can you see how it's curved? It's got texture to it. It's because if you imagine that my arm is, say, the trunk of a tree, the amber will have dripped down it, and that is essentially the curvature. That is the curvature of the ancient tree that doesn't exist anymore. So actually what you can do is you can work out by this angle kind of how large the tree that this specifically came from would be. It's magical, that, isn't it? Magical.
Always intrigued by amber just for that reason, because even now with the shape telling us where this has come from, we're trying to imagine what it was like, you know, all those years ago, millions of years ago.
Amazing to think, isn't it? Really is.
Really.
And yeah, I was just looking at the chainmail, the jump rings then, because I think gold and amber, they work so nicely together. They really do. Don't forget jump rings, there'll be some on the morning show as well. Let's bring you... Oh, you're going to like this. If you like your super duos, I'm going to grab these ones out. I can't think of the last time I actually brought an individual pack of super duos. It's been ages. Super duos, named super duos because they have got 2 drill holes, hence the duo. They look a little bit like a pig's snout when you're looking at them face on, and they actually dome out as an opposite hourglass. So if I show you this one from the side, you'll be able to see opposite to an hourglass. So it goes out in the center and down, tapers off towards the end. These ones are great for seed beading. They're lovely just in stretchy bracelets, you know. You can use them as connectors as well, with small little seed beads in between, all genuine gemstones. We have got for you, very popular this one, serious quantities of you coming through. If you've already opened your order, then don't forget your post and packaging's done. A giveaway price, says Tom. In fact, he's saying, oh dear. 3, 2, 1, $3.96. I like it. Every single pound or penny we can take out, we absolutely have done for you. If you do fancy grabbing it, this is your chance. It's in the crystal blue luster. It's got this really nice, do you know what, it's almost sort of aquamarine colour, isn't it, if we're honest? Almost aquamarine colour. There's plenty of treats and treasures you could do with these ones, most certainly, especially if you do like those sort of aqueous colours. Don't forget, if you do like aqueous colours, then I have got the huge opportunity, under a tenner today. It is launching for you tonight at 8 o'clock. That colour, actually showing it alongside those super jewels, just shows how intense that is. 8 o'clock tonight, that is coming up for you. Should we do some Swarovski? Yes. I'm going to bring you a drop stone now. It's a crystal AB. Oh, I've just made a right mess with them jump rings. What's happening? Sup? Come here. Don't just stand there behind the camera. Come and stand next to me.
I can't.
Why not? Where are you going? Where are you going? I want to know what you're handing me. Hi. Those glasses really suit you.
Thanks.
Genuinely, they make you look rather intelligent.
I mean, I'm not.
No, you are. Yes, you are. Tell us what you're handing out to me.
The Moon collection tomorrow.
Which one's your favourite? I'll show that one.
This one.
This one is?
Yeah.
The little fox?
Yeah.
What time? That's one thing, whilst you're here. Tom thought this was coming up at 4. What time are we doing this at, do you know?
3, 1 to 0.
3, 1 to 0. It is going to be 3 o'clock. Thank you, Liam. Look at this. Coming up for you. Oh. What does a fox say? Anyone remember that song?
Oh, I don't. It's going to start an earworm in my head.
Oh, yeah,
I
sorry.
won't be able to forget.
Have you not heard that song? Oh, don't put it on, because you'll never ever be able to get it out of your head. I am bringing to you your wonderful Swarovski Drop now. This is 14 by 10 mil that you've got here, and it is oh so super shiny. I adore this piece because you can use it for wire work. You can also use it for your Cerulean's really cool with this. £4.45. What's that the price of? Packet of chips? Packet of chips? Yeah, packet of chips. Box of chips. What do you call them?
Just like a
Bag of chips. Thank you. Yeah. A packet of chips, anybody? Today, though, £2.95, which is about the price of a side at a chippy. There you go, £2.95 for you today. That has got such a lovely colour to it. If I hold it up like that, there you go. Savaloy, isn't that a type of rub? Like a type of rub? Like you put it on your skin if you're not feeling very well. What's that? Savaloy, isn't it?
Savlon.
Savlon. Sorry, I was wondering, why have you gone from chippy to cream? But right, you're talking about something edible, I presume. Edge chip shop. What's saffron?
big red sausage.
Pardon? I'm not going to ask again. Decided. £2.95 for you on this one today. Look at those incredible colours. Do feel free to get in touch with us today. It is Friday the 13th. Oh, have you had anything peculiar happen to you? I got stuck in traffic for 3 hours 45 minutes today. Do feel free to let us know if you are having a Friday. Are you having a chippy tonight? Are you helping yourself to a Savaloy? What is it? Savaloy. Savaloy. Are you, hey, it's Roald Dahl's birthday today as well. Let us know your favourite Roald Dahl character or favourite Roald Dahl book. Or who you are most like. I bet there's some George's Marvellous Medicine people out there. I know a few twits, I'll be honest. Let me bring to you the gemstone which has doubled in price over the last week or two. I have got the last 4 in the world. Tanzanite 1, the main mine is closed for the foreseeable. It might be a month, it might be 10 years. It genuinely, you can't tell, it's a government closure. Because of that, literally the news that Tanzanite 1 had closed and the prices of Tanzanite doubled overnight. There are actually suppliers, dealers, sorry, who have sold to suppliers like ourselves and are coming back to us going, right, you bought it for X amount, I will buy it for double that amount off you, because they know full well if that mine stays closed much longer, double the price is going to be a thing of the past. We're talking 600% price increase, 700, 800. Final 4 we've got here. If we rebought these today, we would have to pay more. So obviously you would have to pay more. Today though, for the final 4, I'm bringing to you, and not just any final 4, have you noticed the richness of these? And let's be completely honest here, some of these are seriously substantial, all different shapes and different sizes that you get in here. You'll get a few, I've got like pairs of earrings here. That's pretty much a pair there, isn't it? That's perfect, lovely. We are bringing to you a should be price right now. It makes good business sense to keep the price there. In fact, some might say it makes good business sense to double that price if everyone else is. If we know that we wouldn't be able to buy it for that price now, we would not be able right here, right now, for that kind of carat weight to secure that kind of deal. We just wouldn't. This is a serious time for Tanzanite. We've only got 4 of these left. We've got the wonderful buying team, Marie and Simon, heading off to Hong Kong and one of the biggest jewelers shows in the world in India, literally over the next couple of weeks. They have not got Tanzanite as something they're expecting to come back with. We've already been forewarned. They are not expecting to be able to, because of the situation at the moment. Prices have escalated, and we know full well that if we purchase them at this point, the price is going to be much more elevated than it has been before. £39.95 for you today. Well done, all. Let's go for some aquamarine now. Don't forget to, coming up, do you know what, actually, that's an incredible, do you know what, I'm not even going to show you that yet. Wow. Look at that quality. Entirely and completely natural. We've got this here for you. Really intense colour for it being natural, isn't it? What you have here is that vigour that really comes from the centre of this. It's not tonally too weak. It's still got that oomph and that veracity about it, and saturation wise, which is kind of the intensity, it's very strong for it being natural. Usually we will heat or dye and sometimes fill aquamarine to get this type of colour, but today we've actually been able to bring it to you naturally, and not just naturally, but in a really beautiful, sizable cut. I love that we've kept the facets big on this. I think it gives you more bang for your buck, if that makes sense. This is obviously more of a considered strand, but I actually think that price point on screen right now maybe is slightly lower than I would have expected. I'd probably expected an extra £5 on top of that at Jewellery Maker prices. For the last 3, wow, for the last 3 only £19.95. That is incredibly good. I've got to show it you alongside 2 things, if I may. First one I want to show it you alongside is this coming up in this hour. I love blues and greens together. I swear it's that, isn't it? The poem that says like blue and green should never be seen. Are those the colours that that poem says?
I don't really agree there.
No, me neither, because literally the globe, when you look at it, is blue and green. It looks pretty beautiful to me. Anyway, I love those 2 together. And can I show you this one, which I'm going to be honest with you. When we do our preparation before the show, I know, we actually do prepare for this. I know. When we do our preparation before the show, we have pictures of everything on the system. Sometimes we'll look at things beforehand, sometimes we won't. I was running a little bit late today with the traffic being what it was, and so I didn't actually get to see this in real life. Seeing it in real life, takes the picture of it and throws it away. I can honestly say I have never seen a more powerful peridot than this. This is uncompromising is what I'm going to use.
I just picked up my jaw off my desk. That's incredible. The size alone for peridot.
That's insatiable. Wow.
That's amazing.
I'm very excited to bring that one to you. Very excited. Wow. Let's go. I think this is a bit magical. Let me just move my hair out of the way. Just think of that. I don't want to hit my microphone. Look at that. Let's go up a bit to the actual skin. Woo! What do you think?
That's beautiful.
That looks magic, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. And the coating really brings out the actual beauty of the stone. I really like how it transcends from dark to purple.
Yeah. It's
purple to
like
light purple.
it's like a almost rubellite sort of reddish pink right the way through to, well, an apatite blue, to be honest. This has got such an intriguing look. What mythical creature does this make you think of?
Probably mermaid.
Mermaid for you. What was that, Dan?
Unicorn.
Very unusual way to sign a unicorn there. I didn't know what you were doing. Tom, what about yourself? A unicorn as well. Bruce? A horse.
They can be magical though.
I think I said mythical though.
Mythical. Okay.
They're not real. Okay, yeah. Oh, gotta have that farm trip one day. £14.95 for you. Let me just show you one at a time if I may, because I just think they look a bit better. Have a little nosy. Just see that sparkle and shine underneath the surface. Wow.
Oh, that's beautiful.
It is magical, isn't it? Don't you think it looks like sort of fairy feathers? Feathers,
Do you know
wings,
what?
sorry.
Like butterfly wings.
Yeah,
Very
even the
rare.
sort of silken feel to it does a
Yeah,
bit, doesn't it?
That's beautiful. Now that you see it up close, you can actually really see the. I can't really get a name for that effect. What do you call that?
It's it's almost a chatoyancy with an adolescence with a bit of magic thrown in.
Something like that. That sounds about right. Yeah.
There are loads of you in on this one. Welcome to you all. Thanks for getting involved today. Hello, Janetta. Hello to Kathy. Hello to Jan and Melissa. Guess what? It's officially the weekend. Yeah, it's official. I think weekend officially starts 6 o'clock on a Friday because everyone's back from home pretty much then, from work, then, aren't they? I hope you have got a fabulous weekend planned. If you have, feel free to let us know. Do feel free. We'd love to hear from you. And also don't forget, if you've got any questions for Nadia, we have got her DVD, the final 101, in 7 minutes approximately, I'm being told. Do feel free to message us in if you've got any questions about it. Where to, Tom? Penguin? Oh, shell. Penguin shell. Penguins? Wow. I've never seen anything quite like this before. This is, do you know what? There are no words, so just feast your eyes.
Oh, look at that.
Wow. Isn't that stunning? Let's go to another one. Isn't that just, wow, look at that. Oh, wow. So is it from some sort of oyster that's referred to as penguin? Because obviously this hasn't actually got anything to do with penguins, apart from if I maybe go. in the background. Penguin's wing oyster, the actual mollusk that this is from. It's basically gone, I'll be honest with you. That's beautiful. £19.95 only. I love this. I love that it's like an autumnal twist. You know what I mean? It's an autumnal twist on kind of your standard mother of pearl, etc. Hey, could just be me, but I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, colour-wise, I might do it that way around. Look at that. What do you think? That works, doesn't it? Don't forget as well, deal of the day tomorrow. Let me show you this. Ombre! Do you want to know something interesting about this? I saw these being made and I went to take a picture and then I was like, when are we launching these? They're like, oh, it's a while off yet. And they were like, oh, don't, and Marius said, don't put that on social media or anything because basically people have like requested of unusual things we could try and do with Amber. We managed to do this. We got in touch with Jewellery Maker first. So we don't want to put anything out on social media because people who they supply will go, right, we want some as well now, please. So, yeah, now you know. Let's do the Wisteria DVD next. Yes, please, shall we? This is an incredible piece of artwork, and it truly is artwork. I went to the Potteries the other day in Stoke. They have the biennial going on at the moment. If you live anywhere near Stoke, you're into ceramics, I strongly suggest you have a little look at it. It's incredible. It's biennial. They've got like 300 pieces of artwork on. You can go to Wedgwood and you can make things. It's really, really cool. It's well worth a look. Anywho, whilst I was there, I was there for sort of 3 hours, but I only actually got to go to 2 of the 6 locations that they had artwork on, just because I ran out of time. And they had these incredible sculptures where you could see sort of the ingenuity, the artistry, and the individuality of every single piece that was crafted. That is exactly how I see this piece. I could genuinely, without a shadow of a doubt, imagine walking into Victoria and Albert Museum, walking somewhere into the Potteries, walking into some highly high-end, do you know what, even sort of places like Sotheby's and things like that, genuinely, and I could imagine seeing this piece centre stage. It is artistry, it is beauty, and it was created by the wonderful Nadia Shields. This piece is just stunning. As I said to you before the show, tell us a little bit about where this kind of brainchild came from, please.
I started off with a Christmas tree last year. It was a small thing, and
I remember.
That kind of sparked an idea. And I've seen some absolutely amazing artworks, and I really wanted to create a tree like that. So that's how the idea came about. And then set to work and worked with the kit team and got all the materials, and there we are.
It's stunning, isn't it? It really, really, really is. I'm going to just show you around this, and whilst I do, can you just let us know what kind of person could do this? Do you have to have been working with wire for 10 years to be able to have a go?
No, not at all. I mean, as I was saying earlier, we were talking about it, a large tree like that can be time consuming, but it's really easy to do because all it is, it's wiring the seed beads together and combining the different materials and then creating the tree. So it's just very, very repetitive, but it's not difficult.
No.
Yeah.
So let's talk about this incredible DVD, shall we? In this DVD, you're going to be taught how to create this for you. So you're going to get taught how to scale it, how to appropriately make it for what you need it to be. Also in this DVD, you're going to be taught how to do the actual leaf components to make them look as beautiful and sprightly as they do. You get taught how to create the wonderful sort of graduated flowers. Also get taught how to actually mount the tree itself onto, you know, the rock or the form or the base of your choosing. And then you get taught some variations, so ways to kind of make this slightly altered and slightly different. The DVD itself is around about an hour in length, and you are getting Let me show you. You are also getting in here your sort of schematic of how to create these and how to put it together in the DVD as well. So you're getting really, really useful little elements as part of this DVD. So you get absolutely oodles and oodles in the DVD. Really nice and easy to follow. Obviously you can alter the colours as you so wish. Bringing it to you today, your Wisteria DVD with that schematic for just £7.95. This is something that you can watch over and over again at your leisure, of course. It's your DVD. And the great thing about it as well is, you know, we were actually talking a bit before about social media and you're getting onto new social medias, and I'm still a little bit in the past. But yeah, you know, I'm someone who I like my hard copies of things. I like my DVDs. I like my vinyls. I like my CDs. And this is the great thing with this. You know, if you don't have internet access, or if your internet pops off, because let's face it, we're getting to that time of year, aren't we, where it's all a bit touch and go, you can pop this on and it's still going to work even without your internet connection. £7.95 today. The gorgeous Nadia on there as well. This kind of piece, this kind of element, could be beautiful for wedding events, couldn't it?
Absolutely, yeah. And as I was saying when I was creating the DVD, I've also created a hairpiece to go with that, made from the components. So if you don't really want to make a sculpture, you don't have to do that. You can use the components to make earrings, necklaces, hairpieces. So it's quite a versatile technique. So yeah.
If you watch Corrie like I do, don't worry, no plot spoilers here. No chance. If you watch Corrie, you will know that someone's had a wedding quite recently. No. And they had an amazing hair vining that was, and I thought, our lot could have made that. But it was very, very nice. Just little pearls in a little bit of wire twist. That was it, dead easy. But it's something which anyone can wear, but you can alter it and mix it up with different techniques like this, which is always lovely to be able to do. £7.95. Can I just say too, if you love these colours, I've got this coming up today.
Oh, do you know what? That would look amazing as just drops interspersed if you're going to make the tree, just kind of like fruits almost.
Oh, that's a beautiful idea. That is really lovely idea. Look at that.
Oh, how beautiful is that strand?
Doesn't that fit perfectly in with it? And can we just ask you as well, for anyone who is new, what are you going to need a lot of different components to put this together? Do you know what I mean?
Components as in?
As in, you're going to need some wire, you're going to need some seed beads, you're going to need a
base. Yeah.
And is that kind of it?
Well, yeah, basically, that's all you need. Obviously, if you're going to make a bigger tree, you're going to need a lot more wire, you're going to need a lot more seed beads. But if you're going to go smaller, you probably need about 2 tubes of seed beads and a few reels of wire. But definitely, you don't need a lot. For the bigger tree, I have used also a nail and a washer to give it a little bit of substance underneath it. But you really don't need anything else for that.
Can I ask you how many tubes-ish you used of seed beads to create this?
I can't actually remember.
No.
Like probably about 6 in total. Then plus 2 greens, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, because there's a lot on here.
Yeah,
and if you're looking at this thing, I really want to be able to make that. I'm running low on certain colours. I want to be able to do a sort of ombre look. This kit just so happens to be coming up for you today.
I know.
And how beautiful, although obviously it wouldn't technically be a wisteria. Well, no, it kind of would, because you've still got the purples and pinks in there. Imagine doing this ombre colour, because you need 4 different colours to do that ombre with this collection. What do you think? Works great, doesn't it? So that's coming up with you for you. It is a kit in a little bit. Well done to everyone who treated themselves to that. Not a huge amount of those left. Tonight might be your last night, so well done if you did manage to get it. It's nice to have a bit of creativity on its way, isn't it? I'm going to put this here. That's stunning. How about I bring you some more Moonstone? Oh, wow. Oh, this would go so great with one of your kits.
Oh, these are beautiful.
The 9 o'clock kit.
Oh, that would go really, really well, especially for the style of design that I've made with the kit. That's amazing. It's beautiful.
Moonstone. This is the one that I'm bringing to you now, but I want to show you the one in the kit as well, just to give you an idea of how perfectly they pair together. That is just everything, isn't it? Al, are you 54? Is your code on this one if you fancy getting it? You are going to be getting a graduation of your coins here from around about 1 centimetre to around about 17 mil. What is good about top drilled coins? Because we don't get to see them that often now, do we?
No, we don't really. I really like it because they hang in a different manner. You can actually use the bottom part of the stones to create your designs, and it shows off so much more. I find that the top drilled stones sit much nicer on a neckline if you use a single piece, just because the way it sits.
Yeah.
So I quite like them when they're top drilled in.
They give you a little bit of drama, I think, as well, because obviously, say, I think this would look amazing with pearls. If you've got any natural peach-coloured pearls, I think that would look incredible with this. If you have, imagine your pearls running alongside and then just one of these dropping down. That could look quite elegant because it's going to sit slightly lower than the baseline of the pearls. If you do love this kind of effect, what do you think about... What do you think?
Oh, wow. That is absolutely gorgeous.
Isn't that astonishing?
That is stunning.
The craftsmanship, the skill, the effort, the energy, the work that has gone into making this, the amount of steps, the amount of craftsmen who have worked with this piece is extensive. It really, truly is. We're going to be bringing these ones to you tomorrow mid-show. I'll show you a few more as the show goes on. But for now, I'm bringing you this beautiful Moonstone with the graduated coins for just £11.95. I on my strand, I've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 I've got on my strand. So we're going to be looking at a minimal price. What, about £1.20 each? That's about it. So I think for the amount of interest these give you, that's a really affordable price point. I will just show it you again with my 9 o'clock strand. That's the 9 o'clock kit strand. That's coming up for you. That looks lovely, doesn't it? Also, speaking of moonstone, your crescent moons. Not just one of them. Oh no. Tomorrow they're coming up for you. Tell you what, this weekend is going to be ginormous. Absolutely gargantuan, if you will. There's so much coming up. So much coming up. I think I've got 18 new lines on mid-show alone. Massive. Oh, my earpiece being silly. Hello, I'm back. Well done, everybody. Okay, I'm with you. Do you love that statement jewellery trend that's happening for autumn winter? I put up on my Facebook page just a couple of weeks ago, it was a way of you for voting for your favourite trend. And these, I think, will spin across 2 of them. One of them is to do with the big chain trend. The other is to do with the statement earring trend, which I think was the winning trend out of your votes. Let me show you these, because if you do love that trend and that look, what a great way to put your own spin on it. These are your big, they're gorgeous, aren't they? How elaborate. Do you know what? They almost look like sort of a stained glass window in a really ornate cathedral or something, don't they? What we've got here is a useful connector. So you've obviously got the 2 connection points top and bottom. You can get rid of those if you want to cut them off, you can. And you've got that wonderful sort of element whereby it's so open, being able to add things to these with the use of jump rings, like the jump rings I did earlier on, or with head pins, is extensive. You could weave in and out of these. If you wanted to add colour, imagine getting a really nice coloured thread or silk and sort of weaving in, out, around this centre section. Give it maybe a little bit more of a sort of almost like a hippie vibe, actually, I think it could be. Or get it really ornate. With these little addition points here, work your cerulean in with them and just bedazzle it to make it huge and massive. These are sizable, as you can see, and they've got a nice bit of weight to them, but as a design for the earring, I don't think they'd overweigh down your earlobe. So they're wearable and they're workable, and they're only £5.95, and that is for all 5 of them. I'll show you the back as well. You can see the back, so you could really do up the back section if you wanted to. You're looking at these and enjoying them. Tell me why.
Because I had a belt that looked like that.
Ah.
So what I would do with those is you get 5 of those. I'd probably buy
Correct.
2 sets and then use the hooks in between to create maybe a wire design in between or the macrame design just in between to space it out a little bit, because you have the opportunity to use the little loops on the end to space them out if you're only buying one even, you know.
Of course.
I think I would make a belt with that.
That's a
actually,
lovely idea. Quite like the idea, as you were saying, that of doing sort of an asymmetric design, actually, maybe. Or do you know what? Attaching them sort of onto
Clothing,
yeah.
Do you know, you're right. You were talking about the Roman designs. You remember, if you, I don't know if you can picture it, but in all those, the Romans used to have like little
emblems. Yeah, I know.
do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that is exactly
Yeah,
what I was thinking
yeah.
when you were talking about macrame. Yeah, they have them there, and then they have the things draping
That's
across,
it,
don't they?
that's it,
That
yeah.
is exactly what I was thinking of. They're very ethereal. They're very regal. They look quite expensive, actually, don't they? And if I just give you an idea, you can see if you do want the statement earring look, you're definitely going to be able to get it with this. Good for a brooch, you know, as well. Nothing stopping you using a brooch back, double glue, brooch back on here, and maybe using tassels coming from this or something. You're going to have a lot of fun with that. Say that again, sorry.
Or chain, you know, as a kind of embellishment as well, kind of hanging around it.
That's a lovely
Almost
idea.
draping it. Beautiful.
Nice bit of drapes.
So many things you can do with that.
Brill. And moving on to get you some nuggets now. We love and adore nuggets, and don't forget I've got the Neon Apatite nuggets. They are brand new. I've also got another brand new strand that I haven't even showed you yet, but I will in a minute or two. Right here, right now, I'm going to bring you some nuggets in one of the best loved gemstones out there. 98 centimetres in total. Genuine emerald. Emerald.
So lush.
Still to this day, lush is such a good word for it. Yeah, lush. Emerald still to this day is one of the most famous and highly regarded gemstones on the planet. Is it just me, or could you imagine these amongst a design like this? If you wanted to really go to town, doing a sort of 3D design with something like this could be really interesting, couldn't it? Don't forget that DVD is still available, but I'll be honest, I've got less than 60 available of that DVD now. We are bringing to you here a massive 98 centimetres, so you're looking just shy of a metre on this in total, which means for your layered designs, for your multiple use designs, for your hair designs, this is going to go far. What I love about this one specifically is the fact that it's natural, which I believe we're seeing less and less of in the jewellery world right now. But also I'm appreciating the individual nuances of colour within this. Because those nuances are ever so slightly different, I may well pair, for example, the slightly darker sections with more of my deeper purples in this new fluorite strand I'm bringing. I might also get the lighter, sort of more baby green colours, if you will, and pair those in with the delicate, almost blue-green fluorites on this strand. That one, of course, don't forget, coming up 7:30, not long to wait on that one. We are bringing to you not only a substantial amount that is entirely natural, but also with those nuances of individual colour, we're bringing you something that's quite workable as well. Whether you're looking for an ombre design from light to dark, or you're looking for just taking from it the darker colours to all the lighter colours, you've got scope with this, I think is the best word. Bringing you 165 carats worth today, a beautiful elaborate section of colour. Today we're giving you a price discount. We're going to go straight in with that discount deal to make it affordable for everyone. £4.95 is all you are paying for this today.
That's a strand of emeralds.
It's emerald, exactly. It's emerald. From when I was driving into work today, and there was a delay, and I was, you know, eyeing up the toll roads and everything else. The toll road, which genuinely, it only did it, sort of saw it on my sat nav. It only cut off with the traffic about 5 minutes, made my journey about 5 minutes quicker. It was £6.30. £6.30 for like a tiny little stretch of road. But you know what? That's done. It's over. It's dusted. £4.95 for emerald. Nearly a metre's worth of not only emerald, natural emerald, and voila! It is £4.95 only, which is brilliant, isn't it?
Incredible. That's fantastic. And you get such a huge amount of stones as well. I mean, there's so many things you can do with that, and you don't even have to use a lot in one design, so it could stretch forever and ever.
Just go on and on and on. And again, if you do love your greens, not long to wait. This is coming up this hour, in a few minutes, in fact.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
so excited. I've never brought an gemstone strand like this of aventurine and said that is almost an emerald green, but it genuinely is, isn't it? When I pull this actual emerald across it, there are actually some emerald greens on the aventurine that are more emeraldy emerald green than on the emerald. Did you follow me on that? Did you?
I've got a design that would work perfectly for this sort of thing.
Oh, I love that design. Tell us how you've created that.
That's just with 3 strands of nuggets like the strand, the emerald strand, and I would actually use the hearts to use them as the clear quartz in between. That would look absolutely amazing with those. That's beautiful. That's stunning.
So you've sort of doubled them up, have you, in between?
Yeah, if you have a look here, I'm just going to try and spread it.
Ah,
Open.
3
So
times
basically
over.
there's 3 strands going into each bead.
Yeah.
And that would look amazing with the hearts. It would make such a beautiful necklace if
That's
you
a lovely
combine the 2
idea.
together.
Those hearts coming up at 7:30. Just before we dive on into this star buy, let me show you one sneaky treat that's coming up today. 8:30. Brand new.
Oh wow, that looks so regal.
Doesn't
Sorry, that's
it?
just a word that popped into my head. I don't know why. That's amazing.
Look at that. Isn't that? Look at that. Wow.
So quirky, I love that.
It's beautiful, isn't
Yeah.
it? Zebra coming up for you at 8:30. Isn't that next level? Brand new, brand new. Okay, let's bring this to you now, shall we? I'm lucky enough to go to quite a few kind of crafting events. I sell at crafting events. I don't sell jewellery, but I do sell some of my makes at crafting events, and I get to meet a lot of you at crafting events, which is one of the best fun you can have, really. With the one of the shows that I did not that long ago, I went, was it at Burley or was it at Badminton? It was one that me and Fleur did together. I can't remember which one it was now, but at one of the shows, I was on one of the breaks and I was walking around and I was chatting to people, and this lady stopped me. It was like, "Oh, it's you, it's Becky, hi, how are you?" And I was looking at a stall and it was jewellery and it was all incredible, and there was sort of a section of her stand that was running really, really, really low, and she said, "Oh yeah, it's been quite a tough show actually, except on this section here where I had a theme running through it, and they sold out so quickly that I've tried to kind of whip up some of the things, but I've run out of the main component." And I was like, "Oh, what was the main component?" She had hearts. The heart shape and the star shape. I had a whole set of themes all based around that here, and it went on the first day. The first day at one of these huge events. That, I think, goes to show that when you're dealing with well-known motifs such as the hearts, you could well be onto a winner. So if you fancy getting something a little bit different with a little bit of a twist, but with that famous motif, this star buy is for you. When you get aventurine, I think more often than not, if I imagine aventurine, I'm imagining in my mind tonally something quite genteel, saturation wise something quite genteel as well. Remember, when we're talking about tone, we're talking about light to dark. We might expect something quite light, and when we're talking about saturation, we're talking about intensity basically. what I'm bringing to you here takes what I would expect to see if this gemstone and throws it out of the window. And actually, not just when it comes to tone and saturation, but also when it comes to size proportions. If you expect this aventurine to be a baby green in almost a see-through colour in tiny little hearts, you've got another thing coming. Because that's what I was expecting, but I'm so glad it's not what I got. Every single one of these beautifully crafted hearts is sizable enough to be a focal piece of a pendant. Every single one of these you could imagine bejeweling the neck of a supermodel strutting down the runway at Fashion Week, which is open today. This is a luxury look which surpasses expectation. That's what I think when I look at this. I expect certain things from aventurine, and this takes my expectations and surpasses them dramatically. I love that this is almost an emerald green colour, and I showed you it alongside emerald before, and I'll show you that again actually, and you'll see exactly what I mean. In fact, some of these hearts are outdoing some of the emerald colours on the emerald. That surpasses my expectation of an aventurine. If you've looked at aventurines in the past and you've liked the sort of hue that you get alongside them, the green sort of colour, the tone, the hue itself, then perfect. But if you've wanted something more, if you've wanted something noticeable, then I think this is definitely the one for you. Angela's in with us. Hi Angela, lovely Angela in East Sussex. Thanks for texting in, my love. Hope you have a fab weekend ahead of your plans. Hi Becky, I have this strand and it's amazing. It looks like jadeite, and that's from Ange. Ange, you know what? As soon as I saw this, I genuinely thought it looks like jadeite. But it's one of those where you don't really want to say it, just in case it's just you imagining it that way. So I'm so glad you've messaged in with that, because it's exactly where my mind was going as well. It does, doesn't it, Ange? It's got that hue. Exactly, it's that kind of colour and that depth and that quality that looks jadeite-esque. Of course, being able to get jadeite in this size would be pretty significant and pretty impossible. To be able to get it at this price would, well, you'd be dreaming if you were to get jadeite at this price point. For you today, a genuine natural aventurine, surpassing in the quality in my mind and surpassing my expectations in price, most certainly. Genuinely hand on heart, I would be understandable if my producer, who's Tom this evening, were to say to me, Bex, we're going to do it for $24.95. There wouldn't be a ruffle in my brow or anything. I'd be absolutely fine with that. It would be my expectation. For quality, it's surpassing it upwards price point, it's surpassing it lower than I would expect. Imagine using these as if they were a cabochon, because they're opaque, so you don't even have to use the drill hole if you want, or if you don't want to, should I say, but the drill hole is there to be very substantial and therefore very workable. Nadia, I've got to get your input on this. What would you do?
I mean, for me, every single one of those pieces is actually a focal piece, because they're quite substantial, they're quite big. So if you don't really want to make a big statement piece using the whole strand, you could very easily take one individually, and you don't even need to use a drill hole. You can wire wrap it quite easily using the wire only or macrame around it. It's a beautiful singular piece. So yeah, you could do so much with that.
It really is so special, and I think to be able to, I'm going to count them up for you if I can, because both of us have said sort of focal pieces. So if you are going to use one as a focal, how many pieces are you going to be able to get from this? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 20. I've got 20 exactly on my strand, 65p each. That's it. Cheaper than a first class stamp. That's incredible. That is such a good price point for you today. You haven't posted a letter in ages. Why not? Oh, I'm always writing to my grandma.
Are you?
Me and my grandma are pen pals, even though she only lives 45 minutes down the road.
Oh, I think that's excellent.
we like to keep up to date. So we write to each other, you know, every line once a week, sometimes once every 2 weeks. Yeah,
We
lets me know what she's up
my
to.
gran as well. That's lovely.
And do you know what? Speaking of lovely, one of our gorgeous customers, Gail, heard my story about writing to my grandma often, and so she sent a letter here at Jewellery Maker, and she put loads of first-class stamps in for me.
Oh, that's really
Isn't that nice?
Yeah.
Isn't that gorgeous? Oh, she's such a love. Anyway, 12,095 pence. I've got 600 carats across the board here. It is very popular. If you are in love with hearts, I've got some more hearts coming up for you. If you are on a green team, the best peridot, bar none, coming up for you in tonight's show too.
Wait for that. That's stunning.
We're getting ready for Amber Weekend, people. How beautiful is this? Do you know what? I'm just going to show you this now, if you don't mind. If you don't mind. Look at this now, and be honest. Do you think this is super cute? Because I think that is so adorable. It makes me think of loving someone to the moon and back. It makes me think of my pets. It makes me think of the owl and the pussycat. You know, the owl and the pussycat went to sea in a beautiful pea green boat, yeah? And I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, it literally couldn't get any cuter. And then I look at this one. Oh my goodness, just look.
No, that
The
would be a
artistry.
perfect
Mother-daughter, that's beautiful.
Mother-daughter gift. That made me think of that. Sorry for interrupting.
No, never be. Can I show you another one too? This is the one that Liam said was his favourite. I'm actually going to put this on in the break. The fox. Isn't that just beautiful? The amount of silver in that is massive, huge. Now, we're heading to a break in approximately 20 seconds. After the break, I've got so much to come. I've got that sterling silver chain that I have a feeling you're going to adore. Also, I have got a wonderful kit from the lovely Nadia. If you're into your seed beading with a bit of a twist, you're in the right place, so don't go anywhere, we'll be back.
At Jewellery Maker, we are always looking at ways to provide you with a fantastic shopping experience. With this in mind, we'd like to welcome you to our new pre-order option. Selected items throughout the day will be put on display and made available for pre-order. When the presenter informs you that the pre-order service is available on an item, this is your chance to pop it into your online basket or speak to one of our brilliant call centre team members and be one of the first to secure your purchase.
Did you know that when you book a Jewellery Maker workshop, you're given exclusive access to our Jewellery Maker shop? You can browse through special items and offers, be privy to selected discounts and deals that you can't get at any other time. Shop whilst you learn and grab yourself some amazing offers. For more information on workshops and available dates, contact our call centre.
Now, this coming weekend is our Amber Showcase weekend, and we all know that you and we absolutely love amber, especially when it's on all weekend. Now, we have found something absolutely perfect for you that we have never seen anything like before. You know how we all like ombre, dark to light, light to dark? Well, we've managed to do that in a single piece, in a single half drill pendant for you, and it is absolutely stunning. Would you like a little sneaky peek? There you go. Isn't it absolutely incredible? We've never had anything like this before, and I cannot wait to present this to you on Saturday. Now, the only thing is, with it being amber, it is limited, so you've got to be first come, first served, okay? So I do wish you all the best of luck. Do join us this coming Saturday for our incredible, amazing one-off deal of the day at 11 a.m.
Here at Jewellery Maker, we're always making improvements to give you a better shopping experience. We've recently upgraded our website to make it more user-friendly and easier to navigate around. We now have the guest checkout function, which allows customers to check out quickly without creating an account. Our homepage now informs you with what's currently live on the show, recently aired items, and today's deal of the day. We've improved our website navigation and added new categories to help customers quickly find the products they want. Our online range is growing fast with over 7,000 products available for you to purchase. And don't miss out on hundreds of brand new clearance lines with more added every week. Happy shopping with Jewellery Maker. Create, wear, share. The Jewellery Maker Wall of Fame is where you get to showcase your skills as a jewellery designer. Each week, one lucky entrant will win £100 credited to their account, and the runner-up receives £50. If you want to enter your design, just send a photo to studio@jewellerymaker.com, or you can post your photos to Jewellery Maker Studio, Ivy House, Henley Road, Studley, B80 7DU, and make sure you don't forget your customer number. Get making and good luck. Jewellery Maker. Create, wear, share.
Are you new to Jewellery Maker? Shop with us for the first time and you'll receive a free gift. The free gift includes 2 beautiful gemstone strands in an organza bag, plus a DVD ideal for jewellery making newbies, featuring tutorials essential for getting started and so much more. As long as you qualify as a new customer and haven't shopped with us before, then your free gift will automatically be added to your order when you make your first purchase with us. It's really that simple. Gemstone strands are selected at random, so gemstone size, shape and colour will vary for each new customer. Why stop there? Once you receive your new free gift, we'd love to see what you create. Share your designs with us via our Facebook page and join our creative community of jewellery makers. Start your jewellery making journey with us today. Create, wear, share.
If you have a question or a query for Jewellery Maker, then you can contact our call centre on 0800 644 655 and press option 2, or alternatively you can email help@jewellerymaker.com.
Owning a strand of genuine gemstones is always exciting, but being able to use it in your handcrafted jewellery, then passing it on to its new owner with proof of its authenticity is even more incredible. Why not add one of our printed authenticity cards to your order and share that same feeling with your customers? You can also access online authenticity certificates through items you have previously ordered by looking at your order history on your account details. The certificate gives you valuable information about your purchase and is your guarantee of quality and peace of mind from Jewellery Maker. Jewellery Maker. Create, wear, share.
Welcome to Jewellery Maker. Good evening. Welcome to the weekend. Yeah, it's official. Friday, Saturday, Sunday are all yours, so why not treat yourself? Because when you see Nadia's jewellery, I think you're gonna want to. Hello, Nadia, my love. Oh, I always love cuddles. Oh, wonderful lady. We were chatting before the show. We were having a good old natter. We chatted about your Wisteria. We've obviously brought the DVD, the final 101 I've had for you tonight. I think we've only got like 50 or 60 left. We also kind of had a brief chat over your kits, but actually, when we were talking at the time, I only saw the one piece next to you, the sort of bib style one. I did not realise you'd made all of the rest of it from this kit.
No, you could. I've still got loads left. I mean, there's just so much in there. So, as always, those big tubes. I'm just going to turn this around so you can see better. Those tubes, the large tubes, go such a long way. I mean, it's quite deceptive when you look at them, but there's a lot in those. So you can go quite far. And as I said, I've made loads, and I've still got loads left. So.
We have got oodles and oodles coming up for you in this kit. Can I just let you know a few things coming up in this hour?
Oh, that's gorgeous.
Solid sterling silver. This coming up for you in this hour, probably about 5 to. Don't forget, 7:30, brand new for you. One of your favourite shapes is back. Hearts of your fluorite. That's just divine, isn't it? So I've got those to come. Also, I will be giving you more sneaky peeks of things coming up this weekend. Amber weekend, Saturday, Sunday. But for now, should we dive on into the kit? Should we have a little proper look, shall we? So, as I mentioned before, this kit I think would be great as an alternate for your Wisteria. Could you use it for this?
You could. You've got both sizes that I've used in the Wisteria tree. So you've got your 11-0s and you've got your 8-0s, which is precisely what I've put in there. So yeah, you could use that.
Obviously, it probably wouldn't be a Wisteria anymore, but I think those colours work so nicely together.
They do, and as I said, as we were saying when we were launching a DVD, you know, there's so many different types of trees out there that you don't actually have to go with that particular colour combination. You know, you can make whatever you like. So. Yeah.
Mix it up, play with it. And don't forget, in the DVD, it does talk about sort of alterations and things you can do to make them slightly different. So, in here, these are all your colours, as you've seen. You're getting 5 tubes in this. So that goes a very, very long way indeed. Let's chat about what we've got here. You have got your lined white opal. These ones I always think give you almost like a ghost koi carp look. It gives you so much depth. I've also got in here your cranberry colour with the Dura coating. That means that colour is going nowhere. It's the same actually for the hot pink. That colour absolutely beautifully steadfast. You've also got your golden lined crystal here. So these ones, it's easier to see in real life, but they give you an element of sort of translucency until that light bounces back from the central gold section. And then finally, you have got the wonderful smoky amethyst. It's not as maybe rambunctious as some of the purples, slightly more vintage and more subdued. Works beautifully with the slightly more vintage and subdued thread that we've gone for. This one, you're actually getting your Nymo thread in the size B. So we're looking at around about, the thickness is around about a 0.3 is it? It's very, very fine, isn't it? Yeah. But it's super strong, isn't it?
It is, yeah, it's quite strong, and it works quite well, as you say, with the different colour tones, because it's quite subtle as well. So, yeah, it's lovely.
Sometimes I think we talk just about Fireline, etc. How does Nymo work? How does it feel? Is it slightly different, would you say?
Yeah, it's very different. It's quite a fine cord, so it allows for a lot more flexibility within your work. So everybody has got different preferences, but I quite like working with both. It's got a very different feel to it. So you have to condition it, I find. You have to stretch it a tiny little bit, because it does stretch, so I like to...
a little bit like silk would.
It does, yeah. So, but it's great. I really like the colour combination. So, as I was saying earlier, it's that time of the year when you find all the berries growing in the forest. Yeah. It reminds me of that a little bit, so...
Together. Now, for all intents and purposes, that price point is sensational. Remember, we here at Jewellery Maker, you know, 4 years ago didn't do seed beads. Thankfully, you know, we are, with the help of you at home, you keep buying more and more seed beads, so we keep bringing more and more. We're getting better and better prices. and we're able to pass them on. Genuinely, at £30 for this kit, I think that's incredible, considering Nadia has made 4 quite elaborate pieces there, actually. You know, even the sort of cuff bracelet and thing, they are elaborate, lacy pieces that we're bringing to you. But even with that, you've still had loads left over, yet it's only now costing you £19.95, and that's because you're watching live, and that's because you're getting a kit, and that's what our kit team does. It puts together beautiful creations for the wonderful guest designers to be able to experiment and work with, and to be able to pass on to you. Don't forget, I've got a free demonstration for you. If you want to grab this right now, you've got to be quick off the mark on it, so please do grab your phones and grab it, because I don't have hundreds of them. We are going to dive on into a demonstration now, and remember, if you do want to buy this kit, the sizes and colours would work beautifully for you to recreate your own Wisteria DVD, which is still available. The graphics are going to come in at the bottom of the screen for it. It was $7.95. It comes with sort of schematics inside of how to actually put the ombre together. UXTY 28 is your code on that one if you want to grab it. Nadia, my love, should we get crafting?
Shall we do?
Yeah, let's do it. Shall we do?
Shall we do? Yes, I was waiting for that to happen. So here we are.
I've just had a really luxurious idea, and I know this is a bit OTT, but imagine doing one of these on top.
I don't think that's luxurious. I mean, mind you, it is a little bit luxurious, but it would be very special. Really, I mean, imagine you'd have something like that on display in, you know, your living room or somewhere prominent.
Completely.
I think that's amazing.
Imagine doing the Wisteria over the top of it, and then having amber nuggets from the Wisteria.
You know what? That's perfect. Do you remember? I don't know. Back in the day, there used to be some crystals that were quite popular. You could place those on like a turning light table.
Oh yes, I know exactly the type of thing you mean.
Yeah. So imagine to place that on something like that with your tree. Oh, that would look amazing, because that would really show off the beautiful
colours. This going up tomorrow, 3 o'clock
So
for
amazing.
you. Collector's piece. So excited. Okay, I'm ready to get crafty.
Okie dokie. Okay, so I thought I'm going to show you how to make this lacy, fun little piece, because I had lots of fun making it. So I'm going to bring it across.
That is really pretty. Where did this idea come from?
Just because I felt lacy.
Ooh!
Well, not in that sense.
Wow. No, it's too late. You've said it now, Nadia. Like it.
Okay. I thought it looked quite nice. It originally it evolved because it was meant to look like so many of the things I make. Sometimes I have an idea in my head, sometimes I draw them, and then half the time they end up like something completely different. So anyway.
That's quite fun sometimes.
So it is, yeah, quite half the time, unless it's a custom design, I have to stick to the kind of specs. But often when I start off, I evolve. So this is how it ended up.
That's good.
Okay, so what we're going to do with this piece, we're going to start with the baseline of seed beads.
So in this instance, you've gone for the purples as the
purple,
baseline, the central section.
I'm going to grab this. The purple center, I'm going to use these because I don't know what I've done with my tube.
Perfect.
Put these there and put that one back here. So we're going to start off by obviously stretching our Nemo.
And how much pressure are you putting on that?
Not much, because if you pull too hard, it does break. If you're pulling really hard, well, you do have to put quite a lot of pressure on it, but you're kind of gently tugging it so that it doesn't actually stretch when you're working with it. So then what I do is I'm coming to pick up, I'm just going to move over a little bit, and I've got my whites. Again, you know, this is just a colorway that I've chosen. You can go whichever way you'd like. So I'm going to pick up 8, 9 of those, so that's 4. Actually, not first. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use a stopper bead for the end. So just any old bead, and I'm going to use this to help me so that the beads don't actually slide off the other end. So I'm just going to go loop around, and that will stop any seed beads I'm putting on. So what I'm going to do first, in fact, is pick up a white seed bead, and then you can see here I've got 5 of my gorgeous amethyst. Were they amethyst?
Yeah, smoked amethyst.
Smoked
I think
amethyst. Very nice, very nice color. 3, 4, 5, then 1 white one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 1 white one, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 1 white one. I quite like this. Oops. It came out now, and now the stopper bead decided to not be nice to me and come off as well. So I'm going to fix that. I quite like to have this kind of baseline to work with because it can evolve into any old design. It doesn't necessarily have to be what I've done here. It's quite a nice starting point because it offers quite a few options. I'm just going to put this back on, sorry.
It's all right, whilst you're doing that, I can just say, if you love your seed beads, remember I did the super duos by themselves in the first hour. You can look back on that on the website if you want to, or just call the call centre and ask about the late shows blue. They were a blue. Fluorite hearts, 15 minutes. Sterling silver chain, 49 minutes. I don't know why you said 20 minutes and I added it to 49, but it happened. About 20 minutes on the chain, solid sterling silver. They are on pre-order though, if you want them. I will let you know the sterling silver chain in particular, very popular, probably because we've got all of the amber coming up this weekend. So just to give you a heads up about that. We are re-threaded, therefore I'm back with you.
I am fixed, so now we can carry on. So we've got the bracelet, so you need to decide how long you want the bracelet to be. Obviously it needs to fit your wrist. I usually make the bracelet so that I have a 2 centimeter gap on my wrist so that I can then fit the findings.
Okay,
so you measure that. So decide, depending on how big your wrist is, you're going to go with the necessary amount of seed beads. Okay, so now once we have the desired length, we're now going to use some of the ATOs to create the loop, and that I'll usually go with a...
So is this for this section?
It's this little loop here at the end, so I usually go with an uneven number, just because it looks better when it's folded over. So that is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If you want to use the 11 O's, I would probably go with 11 or 13 just to make the loop bigger. And then we are going to come back through the last seed bead here that we've used in between and pull that tight. So then what I've done here to help me with the design is I've taken a needle and come in at an angle, okay? And then I'm going to use the golden, gold, yeah, the gold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. How many have I used? 1, 2, 3.
Just to let you know, you've got 6 components in this kit, and it is just $19.95. So if you do fancy it, it is very popular so far. So do just grab the final few.
Oh, not again.
Oh, you've unthreaded.
I've done it again. I'm terrible. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It's all right. Don't be silly.
There
but you've got the technique very well.
There you go. Back on. Okay, so it's 8 of the golden seed beads. Okay, so we feed these on, and I'm going to come through the white seed bead in the center.
Have you definitely got 8 on there? Yeah.
I think I have. What is that? Yeah, 8. No, you are right. It's
that one's fallen off. The little mischief maker.
You have got a good eye. I think I'm getting old. I'm going to need glasses.
Oh, don't be silly.
Okay, so we've got our. Sorry. Okay, I'm just hearing in my ear that. Beg your pardon.
Getting old and needing glasses. Bruce is stood up, or Grandpa as we call him. Grandpa Bruce.
I think I'm probably the oldest one in the studio tonight. So there.
Dan, what year were you born again, love?
1995.
1995 he was born. Actually though, what year was Chris born?
I think
Yeah.
Is he older or younger than you? Is he younger? We'll find out. Find out when he gets him.
So we're going to go through this with the gold, and then we're going to pick up another 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and we're going to just try not to unthread, but it's too late. I think what you can do to stop this from happening is actually tie the thread on the seed, because now it's not going to want to go back in. I mean, the cord is so fine that it should be easy to thread on, just because I can't see properly. Because I need glasses.
It might need a little snip.
Because I'm old.
Stop it. Whilst you're doing that, because I understand threading a needle is impossible when loads of people are staring at you, let me just give you a heads up of a few things for this weekend, shall I? Deal of the day tomorrow. Ombre! Finally launching. I've also got launching the Moon collection. This is the one I've not shown you yet. Isn't that stunning? The owl and the pussycat went to sea in a beautiful pea green boat. Aren't they perfect together?
I've never seen the owl. That's beautiful.
Isn't that stunning?
I think that's my favourite.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's my favourite. I really like that one.
I've also got the collector's edition piece. I've got 150, I've been told, of this. Very lucky. 150 of you are going to get this exclusive opportunity.
And each and every one is going to be completely
Totally
different.
unique.
Completely different.
We're rethreaded. We are rethreaded.
Okay. So to save you any more misery, I have now tied the cord to the needle, so it's not going to slip out again.
Oh, perfect.
So we're all set to go, okay?
Great.
So we're going to add another 8 of our seed beads, all right? And we're just going to zigzag our way back onto the opposite side with that. So in effect to create like an S shape around the baseline, all right? So then we go through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Whilst you're getting them out, you're stealing some of mine.
I'm stealing 2.
Let me just remind you, on your screen right now is this wonderful kit. 5 big tubes and the Nymo cord, 75 metres, and your price point was just $19.95. Yes, I can do that for you, Tom. Yes, I can. Yes. Sky blue. Really quickly, we're going to bob this on.
How's that for evening glam?
That is glitz with a capital glitz, isn't it? That is sparkle, that is shine. If you love your blues, remember 39 minutes and 6 seconds approximately until I launch this Appetite. Not long to wait on that one. I love the sparkle and shine from this. I think it goes beautifully with any of your aquamarine, including that aquamarine I did earlier on, which was sensational. It's got a beautiful pop of colour, and of course with that micro fasting, it's the light interaction which is just key, and that light interaction balanced out perfectly with this sterling silver chain coming up in this hour. It's a beautiful 12 carats. It gives you a lot of sparkle, a lot of shine, and already lots of you checking out. The fact of the matter is, you're not paying that price because everyone pays the final closing. £25 for this is incredible. I've brought you quartz micro-faceted around that price before, but now for you, for not just micro-faceted quartz, but for topaz, one of the most famous and well-known gemstones out there, just £17.95. If you love the glitz, if you love the glamour, if sparkle is your thing, especially as these nights are turning a little bit darker, this is definitely the one for you to grab your hands on. £17.95 today. Treat yourself, why don't you? If you do love your sparkle and shine, as I said, the sterling silver coming up for you in this hour, so not long to wait on that. Nadia, I'm back with you.
All right, okay, so now we've got our seed beads added, and we're going to go through the last seed bead here, which will be the other end of our bracelet. Just going to thread this through and pull it tight, and make sure you don't go too tight. So this is our S shape. It's going to sit like that, and then we're going to pick up another 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Sorry, because this is the loop at the end, so I like to go. I like to go uneven. So then we're going to go back through the last seed bead here and pull everything tight, like so. And this will then obviously you will have finished creating, and I like to tie these two together just to make sure that they don't move. So obviously you'd remove the stopper bead and pull it tight, and this is then the starting point for the next section here. So now we've got our little arches here, And to create a sort of lacy effect, I've picked up some of the absolutely beautiful pink 11-Os, and I've gone with 7 on the first loop. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we're going to go through the 2 first seed beads, like so. And pull that tight. And then obviously go through that. So you can remove this now because obviously it's all tied, so it's easier to actually handle when you have it in your fingers. And we'll go then back through there. Oh, it's not coming. Come on, it's not wanting. So we're going to go through the loop here. Until we get to the last section, and then I'm going to go out through the next 2 seed beads here, and then pick up 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's only 6 because we are going to use the last seed bead here and go through that one as well, and then we're going to go through 4 altogether because we're going to repeat the step here. So we're going to pull this tight, and this will, because we've only used 6 and used one of the seed beads here as a stopper, it'll kind of sit up the rows. So we come out 2 ahead because we're going to go another 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we're going to use the last seed bead and come out, and we're going to go and do the last 4 here. So go out through 2 and an extra 2 of the gold just to create the arches.
That's
pull
lovely.
that tight and then sit together. So in the last step obviously is to repeat that 4, 5, 6, and you don't need to add 7. 6 is fine, and then we're going to come out on the other side and repeat the whole process on the other side, and this is basically how you create the whole shape. And repeat that, and that's the whole necklace, bracelet really.
And that is how you create this wonderfully lacy bracelet, which of course you could turn into a choker. Could you even do it as a headband, maybe?
Oh, you could, yeah. You could, yeah.
I
think it would
love
be quite
the
nice
idea
if
of
you could
that.
use a stretchy cord. Actually, it would be quite interesting.
That's a lovely
Yeah,
idea.
yeah.
This, as a reminder briefly, was your kit, which is great for making this whole selection of jewellery as Nadia has, but also works rather well with the Wisteria. We had the final 101 of the DVD tonight. It's been very, very popular though, because let's face it, who doesn't want to know how to create this? If you want to make your own in a slightly alternate colour palette, that kit is for you. And you could make that for, with the addition of wire, about $19.95, which is incredible, isn't it? Thank you so much for teaching us how to make that.
Yes,
We've
enjoyed
got
that.
some more makes coming up for you. Next kit is fully genuine gemstones, so keep your peepers peeled. Before all of that though, shall we welcome back an old friend? Let's do it. Start by. The 6th of December 2017. It was cold, definitely. It was dark, definitely. And it was also the last time you saw this strand. I think it's kind of interesting what we talk about here at Jewellery Maker. And no, I don't necessarily mean all of the nonsense we're often rambling on about. I mean, I think it's interesting that when we bring you, for example, seed beads, how many times do you hear, presenters, including myself, saying, oh, if you like this colour, grab it whilst you can, because you don't know the next time it's going to be on. But we don't always say it about gemstones that we see quite often. Actually, though, the last time that this was out here, would the presenter have maybe said to you, this is the last time you're going to see this for nearly 2 years? Probably not, because how would we know? It's interesting with gemstones because sometimes we will have loads and loads and loads of fluorite hearts, for example, and I do remember a stage whereby you would have fluorite hearts in 8 mil, 10 mil, and it wouldn't go more than a 10 mil actually, but 8 mil, maybe 6 mil. We had different ones. We had ones that were more green, we had ones that were yellow, we had loads and loads and loads, but then it just stops. Because if they are not available to us on TV in our schedule, if they are not, say, offered to us when we go to a gem fair, for example, we obviously can't bring them to you, which is why the last time you saw this was the 6th of December 2017. I just think it's really important to remember, actually, when I see strands like this that have such a, back catalogue, let's say, that have us kind of waiting on tenterhooks for them, I think it really is important that you seize that moment, you take the chance when you see them and you like them. Because as I mentioned earlier on about that craft fair at either, I think it was Burley or Badminton, one of them, and seeing that lovely viewer and having her talking all about how she'd sold out of the hearts and the stars instantly because they were so popular. And she even said to me then, oh, I can't wait for you to get them back in because they were so popular. They are back in now, so do seize the moment, because it is never a given that we're going to be able to bring these back to you anytime soon. And why on earth would you not want to add this to your collection? Because the quality of colours in this are divine. Who fancies a 2017 style price? Yeah?
Yes.
Let's do it. Should be 2019 as we are. £14. £8.95 though, because we're treating it as if it was a relaunch. Okay, we're treating it as if this is the first time you've seen it. Imagine just one of these maybe on a band of a ring. Something like this would be divine, wouldn't it? Just one of those, something like that on a banded ring, I think would look so pretty. Really expensive actually that looks, doesn't it?
Yeah, I
Quite
really like
unisex.
how the clarity shows off what you can, what's behind it.
Completely.
It's beautiful.
Almost magnifies it actually, doesn't it? It was really beautiful. You've got so many colours in here too. You've got those sort of wisteria greens and purples, of course, that are pinning across this. Hello, Sue and Susan. Hello to Surrey. I've got Stephanie in with us today. Hiya, Jane and Karen. I've got Judith in. I've got the Channel Isles in. Well done. I've got Christine. Hello to you. A few people sat with it in your baskets. Hiya, Les. How are you? Helen's in. Lisa's in. Nice one. Debbie, good work to you. Brenda, you've just come through on the telephone. Telephone? Yeah, you are. Telephone. Thank you for joining us, Brenda. What are you up to this Friday? Have you had a chippy tea? Has your Friday the 13th been all right? Have you come out unscathed?
Don't say it. It's today, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Obviously, you've been let off. You've been let off. Who is Jason? Is he the one with the funny hands?
Oh, you don't want
That's
to.
Freddy Krueger. Jason's the one with the hockey mask, is he? Oh, I don't watch scary films.
Oh, do you not? I love them.
No, I'm a massive wuss. I have found myself having to mute and turn over channels at EastEnders on more than one occasion. So no, scary films aren't really for me. Yeah, do feel free to let us know. It is also Roald Dahl's birthday today. I want to know, what character would you be? Dan, actually, I think you out of the team looks the most like you should be one of the characters. You are 100% Charlie Bucket, I would say. What do you think?
Yeah, I'll take Charlie.
Yeah? Yeah, you are 100% Charlie Bucket. Tom says you would be a brilliant BFG though. Yeah, but you would be. You're very, very tall. 4 times at World Book Day at school you were the BFG. I think that's brilliant. I think that really suits you. Yeah, oh, that's true, yeah. What about yourself, Nadia?
I don't know. I don't think I know is it the series or...
Yeah. I'm trying to think who you'd be.
What's it called again?
Roald Dahl, any of his books.
Oh, okay. Don't know.
Maybe you could be Sophie from the BFG, actually, because she's rather sweet, she's rather nice, but she's got a little bit of oomph about her. Do you know what I mean? She's got a little bit of oomph.
Okay.
Bruce is saying he would be Charlie in the Chocolate Factory's granddad. Because he likes being in bed a lot, but as soon as he gets offered free tickets or chocolate, all of a sudden, woo, skipping down the road. You think I'd be Matilda? Oh yeah, I could be a Matilda. Yeah, I could. Yeah. Although I did used to love his revolting rhymes when I was younger. Have you read Roald Dahl's revolting rhymes? They're basically a set of poems based on well-known kids' books. So he does like a Cinderella, and he does like a Jack and the Beanstalk.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's kind of the characters are all a little bit mischievous in it. Do you know what I mean?
He doesn't do Blobby by any chance, does he?
No, you're free of that tonight. Yeah, that was the last show, wasn't it?
Oh my goodness.
We let Nadia learn all about the wonderful world of Noel Edmonds and Mr. Blobby, and it was an eye-opener, wasn't it, Nadia? Well done, everyone, on that strand. And don't forget, I've got more newbies coming up. This is my top 5 favourite gemstone of all time. I absolutely adore this stone. What I'm about to show you, I am going to accidentally refer to as Herkimer diamond time and time again, but actually it's not really an accident, it's just what I've been trained in calling this. In the industry, it is known as Herkimer diamond. If you say to someone in the industry Herkimer quartz, they'll say, hang on, wait, do you mean Herkimer diamond? The reason we call it Herkimer quartz is because we don't want someone to just tune in and go, okay, wow, this is a diamond, and maybe not realise. Herkimer diamonds are what these are. It's just we call them Herkimer quartz to save confusion. This is known as a diamond, and it looks like a diamond, and it sparkles like a diamond, and it's even shaped naturally like a diamond. It is mystery and magic. You're going to look at this and go, nice facets, but it's not been faceted. You're going to look at this probably, and look, if I just show you, you know, like one of them. Let's go to this one. If I show you that one. Are you thinking top and bottom, we faceted that to a point? That's what it looks like, doesn't it? But I promise you we haven't. This has not been faceted. All that we've done to this is taken it out of the ground and we've put a drill hole through it. That's it. Basically, Herkimer diamonds are doubly terminated. It means termination is when it ends in a point like this. Okay, so certain quartzes are terminated once. Certain diamonds, well, all diamonds maybe, have like a 1 termination. This has 2 termination points. So if you're into your crystal healing, this is one of the most powerful natural shapes because people believe that the power goes in and comes out of the other side. Totally natural, even in its facets, and it's £8.95. You have to see Herkimer diamond in real life because this sparkle, again, it's natural. It's not been coated. That is the natural diamond sparkle. Also, for the fact that you're getting that natural shape. How many gemstones do you own that are in a natural shape? You know? You've got the opportunity to get a similar type of thing tomorrow, don't forget. 3 o'clock, your collector's piece of genuine amber. This is going to be on its way to you tomorrow afternoon. It is final few on this Herkimer diamond for you right now. Really powerful, really intriguing stone. If you want to grab it, do be quick. It's one to see in real life. It's really one for not only the gemologist, but the geologist as well. Let me bring to you some cabochons now. Oh my gosh, that is such a good specimen. Wow. Okay, what I'm about to show you is a fossil, and it is a fossil of a sea creature which once existed and no longer does. The Turritella is essentially a sea creature that forms almost in like a trident style coiled shell. And what happens is this almost like sea slug, if you will, living at the bottom of the ocean centuries upon, well, millennia ago in some instances. And what happens is the creature passes away, the shell settles at the bottom of the ocean, and then with movement of tectonic plates and with elements of quartz that come into play and agate, it basically keeps it as a fossil forever. I wonder if you can see the outline of any shells.
Look at that.
That is a literal imprint. This is not faked, this is not drawn on. This is a literal imprint, a literal fossil of a creature that no longer exists in this form on our planet. If that isn't a snapshot of history, I don't know what is. It's a true Mother Nature fingerprint. You can even see another one here, that'll be from a slightly larger creature. And the interesting thing here is, do you see all these little chambers? You see those? Those little chambers will be for the different age of the snail itself. So when it's really, really small, it lives in this chamber, and then it grows and lives in that chamber. And basically the shell grows with it, a little bit like human bones. Human bones grow with us, don't they? It's kind of the same for a shell.
That's really interesting. Thanks for that. I knew that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you're welcome. But yeah, oh my gosh, there's another really good one in here too.
I really love how they made sure to place them, you know, a complete shell in the centre of just about everyone.
And do you know what? That's a really good point, because that is a cutting choice. That is what they've chosen to do. Look, you've got this one that kind of comes around the side as well. I love that.
So unusual.
It's unique, it's individual. I'm guaranteeing you a pack of 4. Pack of 4. Oh, I'm dropping these. £14.95 for you today. Or is it? Because it's the last 24, and because we just fancy it, it's never been lower than this today, but we're going to take it lower now.
Wow.
We're giving you a Becky bargain bonanza. You ready for this? Yeah, let's do it. Get ready, get raring for the final 24 only. Whoa. Oh!
Wow.
What?
Bargain.
The BFG strikes again. £7.95 for you today. That is incredible. Wow, that's amazing. If you fancy grabbing your hands on it, absolutely and completely do. And do not forget to text us. What are you up to this weekend? What character would you be? Maybe you want to say hello to our BFG today. Or BFT, it could be, couldn't it? Big Friendly Tom.
That's a good one.
Maybe you want to message our lovely producer today and say hi there.
That'll be his new nickname.
Yeah, BFT. Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe you want to
BFT.
say hola to Bruce and find out more about this wedding he's attending at the weekend. Yeah. There he is. There he is. BFT, show how B you are. Whoa! It goes on for days! Bruce, what? The camera does not make you look fat. No, it does not. No, you look very tall and slender. Very slender indeed. So yeah, that is our lovely, lovely team. Maybe you want to text in to Dan, as he is our Charlie from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory today. What's your favourite chocolate, Dan?
Double decker.
Double decker.
Yeah.
That is an odd choice. I'm not saying it's bad. It's got a bit of everything. Well, no, I can't. I'm not going to argue with that at all, Dan. Not for a second.
No, don't worry.
Let's go for some more Moonstone, and we are going to be featuring some Moonstone, really unusual actually, shape in one of our kits in a moment. But for now,
Oh, that's nice.
what do you like about this, Nadia?
The cut, definitely. I mean, that's immediately what stands out when you look at it. It's so modern for me. Almost like Cubanism.
Ooh, I like
Isn't it?
that.
Fancy that.
Ooh. All right, artiste. I am bringing to you your multicoloured Moonstone. Which colour do you like best? Are you more of the sort of silvery white colour kind of person? Maybe you're more of the sort of coffee froth. You know, the crema on top of coffee that you sometimes get. Maybe you're more of that kind of person. Maybe you're absolutely swooning over the peach colours. If you are, may I suggest you view the kit in a little bit. You have got the colours of natural moonstone here, and all the different elements in here obviously add up to a very, very versatile strand. If you are into your moons, don't forget tomorrow mid-show bringing to you these incredible pieces. We have got for you the marvellous Moonstone today, 88 carats worth in total. As we've said, it's the natural colour, but also it's that inspiring shape, which is actually quite unisex.
It is, yeah. I mean, looking at these, they would make perfect cufflinks. Definitely, because of the shape, to go easy through the buttonhole as well. Yeah, I really like the one dunk when you get in there. That's really a focal for me.
Yeah, it's a head turner, that one, isn't it? So if you fancy grabbing it, the phone number right here, right now, £24.95 is your should-be deal. But we're rolling down. £9.95. Producer Tom is in the house. He is giving us BFT prices today. Big friendly Tom, as it's Roald birthday. Speaking of birthdays, Chris, the year you were born is 1997. Oh.
You joke? 1997.
Yeah, what was happening in 1997?
It's a year younger than my son.
Wow.
That makes me feel really old now.
Does it? You're welcome. You were in, what were you in? Where were you, Bruce, did you just say? At college. You were in year 6, were you? Year 6 of high school, of primary school. Oh, that's nice. Anyway, at £9.95.
Yeah,
well, I'm the
where
same
were
age
you?
as you, aren't I? So I would have been in year 6 as well then. No mathematician. But yeah, £9.95 for you today on this one. Now, I have been wearing this, and I just want you to have a little nosy at it because I think it's stunning. I'm going to be bringing this to you tomorrow, including that collector amber, the collector's piece, which I think is just beautiful. I am bringing to you these stunning pendants. I'm actually going to be bringing you this chain as well, so if you like a simplistic chain, I've got that. The fact of the matter is that you may well want something that adds star-like sparkle to this moon design, because of course around the top of the crescent you're getting these 3 stars which are all individually created, and we will talk more about the making process tomorrow on the mid-show, because I have seen these being made in Gdansk. If you want some star-like sparkle to kind of draw your eye down to these focal pendants, you'll hopefully be able to get tomorrow afternoon. I don't think you can go wrong with this stub eye. We're giggling because Bruce has just worked out he's actually literally got t-shirts that are older than Chris, and he's going to prove it tomorrow by bringing one in. I can't wait for that. Let me show you the Starlight Sparkle chain I was talking about. We know this is going to be popular because on pre-order I've already had a high percentage go. Don't worry though, I've still got all right quantity for you, but I will encourage you to be quick on the phone lines if you want it. This has serious sparkle, this has serious interest and intrigue, and we are bringing it to you perfectly in time for some of your specials tomorrow.
What more do you need?
Completely. Italian crafted, Italian style chain. The graphics are live now. I have already had close to 20% of the stock gone on pre-order. There is 2.20 grams of precious metal within this, and if you look at it, it is one of our most high shine and sparkling of all chains. Now you're looking at this from sort of a meter or so away, let's say, and what you're getting is this sort of reverberation of light, and then all of a sudden more of a ping, aren't you? Can you see that? And that is because of the makeup of this. If I hold a section out for you, you can see it a little bit clearer. You're not just getting the chain, you're getting the extra lavish cubes of solid sterling silver here, which are in steadfast, so they're not going to rotate and roll and all bunch up. They are steadfast in position, and you're getting all of that sparkle and shine from them because they're not the smooth tubes, they are your faceted tubes. So when 95% of the light that hits this goes back into your eye, you're getting even more of that impression because of the facet marks. So you're getting a big pan for these to hit. Solid sterling silver, 18-inch, one of the most popular lengths of chain, and it is just £9.95 only. That is an absolute treat for you this afternoon. If you head down to, Boodles, if you head down to the likes of Tiffany's, if you head down, well, do you know what? Let me put it this way. I went to Tiffany's, this was a while ago now, but went to Tiffany's because myself and my friends all were buying each other big presents for birthdays, and one of my friends had requested a Tiffany design. She wanted a Tiffany pendant, and you get the pendant individually, and then you had to add on the bail, which we ordered, and it was £20. And we got it, and it was a jump ring. It was a solid sterling silver jump ring, and it by itself was £20.
Wow.
The chain, well, I'll leave it to your imagination, but it definitely wasn't £20, and it definitely wasn't $9.95. So steal this moment because, and this is what I kind of love about our sterling silver and anyone's sterling silver. Sterling silver is a chemistry, if you will. Sterling silver means for every 1,000 parts, you have 925 parts silver. Okay, so it's 7.5% all. So whether you buy sterling silver from us, or Tiffany, or Argos, or Boodles, or, Van Cleef & Arpels, sterling silver is sterling silver. It's just the design. And if you like the design of this, then now is your chance to grab it. I don't know, I thought that was kind of weird. See, I just carried on. I thought I was quite professional. £9.95 for you today is your deal on this one. Super sparkly, super high shine, and super quality for that price too.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, the cubes that you get within the chain instantly elevate the whole design to something really classy.
Agreed.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
And I think anyone could wear this.
Anyone could?
Wear this.
Oh, absolutely. I think so too. You can also double it up and wear it as a bracelet if you like.
Ooh, yeah, why not?
I often used to do that with chains that I had.
Yeah, why not? I mean, I've just thirded it, but yeah, as an idea. That's a nice idea. That's a really nice idea. And don't forget, you can take the chain off, the clasp off, sorry, and put something else there. You can switch it around.
No, you definitely could. I mean, it's a chain that you can do so much with as well. You could add whatever charms. Oh, it's beautiful. Now you're taking the words out of my mouth.
Silver and blue together. That just makes me want to skate on a lake when it's frozen. You know what I mean? It makes me want to don a Victorian coat and go out skating. I don't know why, it just looks perfect. A big well done to every single one of you on that. It is really stunning. I need to top up on these because we have got chains tomorrow, but I've not got this one at all over the weekend. So if you fancy it, do absolutely grab it. It's going to be great.
I was actually lucky enough to get some of the Tanzanite that we had on some time ago, and I think it deserves something like that.
Like that, so, yeah. And at that price, well worth it. How about some Botswana agate
Always
right
my
here?
Favorite agate, always.
Tell me why.
Very fond of it, just because first of all it's from near where I'm from, sort of, and secondly the absolutely amazing banding, the colorways, the sheer versatility of that gemstone blows me away every time I see it. So it's definitely my favorite agate.
It's when you talk about the banding, why is that so captivating for you?
I mean, just look at them. Look at, for instance, where was the one I can see on the screen here? I'm trying to figure it out. There's sort of, there we go. Look at this.
That one.
Look at how fascinating this looks. The geometry and the design, and every single stone offers something similar. in this. So I really, really think it's absolutely stunning.
I love that as an idea on
that's
a
nice.
band like that, because it works perfectly. That one in particular is flattened on the base, so that would work perfectly. We are bringing to you your wonderful Botswana agate. Let's give you a great deal, shall we? One of the more expensive agates is Botswana location.
Wow.
But it's $4.95 today.
That's a price and a half for that, because usually it's a little bit more expensive for that.
Well, you obviously like
strand.
Botswana agate, so you'll keep your eye on the prices. What kind of prices have you seen for different strands of Botswana agate?
About 15, 20 sometimes, depending on what quality, what size you get, what lengths of strand. So
Yeah.
that's great.
It's something different and a really not as considered purchase price. £4.95 is brilliant if you do want to grab it. There's been a lot of promotion of Amber on the AM and Mid show. What is new for the late show? Last Amber event, something, I missed the last bit. Last Amber event. Don't you worry. 6 o'clock tomorrow, whole hour of Premier Amber. There's those new head pins and things. On the advert, did you see them? The head pins.
I love those.
Oh yeah, don't you worry. We've got your back. Morning, mid and late. Amber, we're swimming in it, aren't we? We're swimming in it. So yeah, you've got oodles and oodles coming up. Hello team, loving the show as always. And a kiss just thrown in there. I love it. I've got some parcels today. Could I say, thanks to the warehouse, they do such a great job. Laura, cannot agree more.
Oh, absolutely.
Cannot agree more. On Monday, because of the Amber weekend, we are promoting more staff. We are bringing in more staff for that Monday. Because we are going to have so many orders from the weekend that there is going to be so much work to do. We have to keep to deadlines. We have to post it all out to everybody. We are getting more staff in for that Monday for the backlash of selling everything on the Saturday and the Sunday. So Laura, that message is beautiful. Our warehouse is incredible. They're only down the road, as you know, but they are working overtime. So I'm sure they will appreciate that message. Bruce has got a question, right Bruce? I'd like to look at you whilst you ask this question, please. I want to know. I just want to know. Yeah. Does that mean that we'll be getting rid of the one postage and packaging? And that question goes to Becky. Thank you, caller, for that question. The £3.95 postage and packaging should go up. Yeah, that's understandable because we're getting more people in, we're paying more wages. Yeah. Would you think it would be appropriate to take it up by maybe £2? What do you think, Bruce? He's thinking about it. Yeah, that's a good thinky face. Yeah. £3, he'd say he'd pay it if it went up even by £3. But Bruce, get ready. I want to see your shock and horror. We are keeping it the exact same price. Whoa! Yep, your postage and packaging is just £3.95. That's it. Even on that Monday where we are getting an extra staff. Thank you for that message, Laura. And I hope you're having a fabulous evening. You've got a good weekend planned. You're going to be sticking with us for a bit. I hope so. I have brought loads for you already today, but we have got so much more to come. The Appetite is launching for you in a few minutes. I've also got coming up for you the launch of this. This is coming up in the next hour as well. It's just so regal looking and just, it's how a proper gemstone should look. It's big, it's chunky, it's beautiful. And remember, if that is your thing, all of that is to come too. We are heading in to a break right here, right now. But on the other side of it, the Appetite launching. We'll be back in a few.
Now, this coming weekend is our Amber Showcase weekend, and we all know that you and we absolutely love amber, especially when it's on all weekend. Now, we have found something absolutely perfect for you that we have never seen anything like before. You know how we all like ombre, dark to light, light to dark? Well, we've managed to do that in a single piece, in a single half drill pendant for you, and it is absolutely stunning. Would you like a little sneaky peek? There you go. Isn't it absolutely incredible? We've never had anything like this before, and I cannot wait to present this to you on Saturday. Now, the only thing is, with it being amber, it is limited, so you've got to be first come, first served, okay? So I do wish you all the best of luck. Do join us this coming Saturday for our incredible, amazing one-off deal of the day at 11 a.m.
Are you new to Jewellery Maker? Shop with us for the first time and you'll receive a free gift. The free gift includes 2 beautiful gemstone strands in an organza bag, plus a DVD ideal for jewellery making newbies, featuring tutorials essential for getting started and so much more. As long as you qualify as a new customer and haven't shopped with us before, then your free gift will automatically be added to your order when you make your first purchase with us. It's really that simple. Gemstone strands are selected at random, so gemstone size, shape and colour will vary for each new customer. Why stop there? Once you receive your new free gift, we'd love to see what you create. Share your designs with us via our Facebook page and join our creative community of jewellery makers. Start your jewellery making journey with us today. Create, wear, share.
If you have a question or a query for Jewellery Maker, then you can contact our call centre on 0800 644 655 and press option 2. Or alternatively, you can email help@jewellerymaker.com.
Owning a strand of genuine gemstones is always exciting, but being able to use it in your handcrafted jewellery, then passing it on to its new owner with proof of its authenticity is even more incredible. Why not add one of our printed authenticity cards to your order and share that same feeling with your customers? You can also access online authenticity certificates through items you have previously ordered by looking at your order history on your account details. The certificate gives you valuable information about your purchase and is your guarantee of quality and peace of mind from Jewellery Maker. Jewellery Maker. Create, wear, share.
Today's must-have is out of this world. Literally. Apatite. And no, I'm not doing that. Literally, when people say literally and they don't mean literally. You know, like, literally, he bit my head off. Well, he didn't, did he? I don't mean literally in that sense. I mean literally in the actual literal sense. This gemstone has been found out of our atmosphere. This incredible gemstone, this captivating treasure, this wonder of the universe is something brand spanking new, 50 carats worth in total, a massive, massive look of zing and zeal and aqueous colours, and as I said before, I'm taking it under a tenner. Now let's completely, do you know what? Come to me, computer. What have people been searching here at Jewellery Maker? Something I can't pronounce. Kambala Jasper, that's been looked at. The history of opal. There you are, that's another one. People have actually been looking at useful things. Not like us searching for Mr. Blobby last time we did a show.
Goodness me, yeah. Do you know, did I say that it popped up on my Facebook afterwards? I don't know why. So,
I love
yeah,
that. I am going to go on our website, and if you've not seen our website before, let me show you the world of Jewellery Maker. Because I have to say, it's a rather brilliant website. Here's our website. There are some fabulous things on here. Amber Weekend. This is our website. If you go into here, into the search box, you can type in kind of whatever you want. And I'm going to search for some appetite. And it's guessed what I want, and yes, I do want appetite. Thank you kindly. If we go on appetite, you will be able to see there is only one page of it, and you will be able to see the prices vary dramatically. £40 for an appetite. That's what we normally expect. But let me just make you notice that that is 32.5 carats. I'm dealing with 50 carats here. Let's move across slightly to the rounds. 25 carats. I'm doubling that, so shouldn't I be around £40, wouldn't you say? Let's go down. Oh, £4.95. That must be really, really not appetite. No. Very, very, very small dyed qualities of your neon appetite. Again, a dyed quality. I am bringing to you today more carats. I am bringing to you something very, very, very small, very, very small proportion of appetite anywhere on our website. We've literally got 3, 6, 7, 8, 9 products, that's it, and one of it is part of a kit. So not only have I got something that's relatively scarce, I've got something which, price point wise, we're usually looking between £20 and what's my most expensive? $49.95. Live show, launch price, only because it's today's must-have. We're bringing it to you. For £5.95 today, that is it. 50 carats worth of this for you today. £5.95, that is it. Price per carat, this is the most affordable one of anything we have in our vaults for you right now. That is 12 pence per carat. That is it. 12p per carat. The lowest price one, as you saw on our website, is £4.95, and that one is for 20 carats. I have got for £1 extra an extra 30 carats. It's incredible, isn't it? What a price point and a half. And the colour and the zing and the zeal is still there. It's still strong and impulsive and fresh and bright and vibrant. It's just £5.95. A little bit of filling on this means that you've got sort of translucency to it, but it is not impeding that colour whatsoever. That colour is still so impressive, isn't it, Nadia?
It's definitely, what I was calling it earlier, lush. Was calling the other what was it they called last again? The emerald.
Was
this
it
is
the,
exactly,
yes, the emerald it was.
This
no,
is
isn't it,
exactly the same, in the same category as that. It's so vibrant and it stands out. I can't believe you said you were going to go under 10, but I didn't expect it to go quite that low.
I think some people would have expected $9.95 or $8.95, but
that's what I thought it was going to be.
Yeah. We're getting you ready for the Amber Weekend, though. We want to save you every pound and penny we possibly can. £5.95 on this. I'm showing you currently with the appetite, because as I mentioned before, I love blue and green together. This we did for you earlier on. Very popular it was. Kaylee says, Becky, please can I ask, when is the tree on? I love it so much. It's incredible, isn't it? Kaylee, thank you for your message. The DVD's on at the bottom of your screen. £7.95 only. Sorry, there's me water. Sorry, have a little swig. It was delicious. You might think it's to water the plant. This is the DVD, Kaylee. We've had it on at £7.95. May find the wonderful Nadia. I just want to show you all the way around this because it's just incredible. Just look at the movement on it. Oh, you can make your own. And if you do want to make it in this kind of colour palette, ooh, these are the right sizes for you to make alongside, and we did this in a kit earlier on. 5 tubes and a threading material, only $19.95. So have a little look back on that. It was called the Blush Foil Collection, so if you did fancy it. Hi Helen! Helen Joanne! Becky, that ring you're wearing is amazing. Nadia, your jewellery is absolutely stunning. Loving the show, and hi everyone.
Hi.
Hi. Say hi.
Hello.
Oh, that was like when you were at school. Hello, Mrs. Smith. Do you know what I mean? It was like that. Say hello, Dan.
Hello.
That was lovely. That was lovely. What about you in the box, boys? We've got the, there we go. Hello. Bruce, why are you being so nonchalant? Oh, what about, say hello, Bruce. There it is, beautiful, really nice. That's good, that, isn't it? Look at them, aren't they lovely? Thank you, Helen. I hope you got that, Kaylee. And yeah, the ring I'm wearing is beautiful, isn't it? It's from the second kit, which is a genuine gemstone kit, an old school kit, if you will. Actually, if you get both kits today, be able to make this, wouldn't you?
Yeah, you would. You could.
Because I've got
combine
wire.
everything. You've got
Joining
what Zena had a brilliant idea the other day when we were launching the
DVD.
DVD that you could make a model tree. So in the second kit, you've got 2 colours of wires. So that would actually work really, really well.
That's a nice idea. And don't forget, if you want a base for your tree, I have got the collector's huge amber piece. Can you believe
How
that is genuine
amazing
amber?
would that look?
Wouldn't it?
That would look amazing.
So that's coming up for you. Tomorrow, 3 o'clock. In the meantime, though, have I got jadeite in front of me? No. No. I nearly fell off my chair. I didn't really nearly fall off. Right, go on, which one? Where am I going to? Oh, I wouldn't really fall off. I mean, I probably would.
These are huge. Look at those.
Sharite.
I love those. I'm such
what do you think?
I honestly, sometimes I really like to go big and all out, and this would just be the strand for that. It's gorgeous.
Could you do a tree of life on the top of it?
You could, yeah, make a mini tree of life. I wonder something
like
that.
this one.
Yeah, like this one there.
Look, because you talk about scale in your
Yeah.
DVD, don't you? That'd be kind of cool, wouldn't
So
it?
you could, yeah.
Sharite, all the way from near the Shara River, we are bringing to you 750 carats of your Sharite. These are huge. And as we've said, it gives you drama, it gives you impact, it gives you interest. To be honest, I would probably expect about a 10 or more for this, in all honesty. I think it looks very expensive indeed.
It does, yes.
We're going to bring it to you today, though, at a lower price point even. So, get ready, get raring. We are bringing to you today, dun dun bum, £19.95 only. That is your price point today. These are so sizable, you're going to really need one, maybe to make a point.
And that's it. I was saying just now, you can either go a massive statement piece for that, or you could use each singular as a wire writing background, for instance. It's got such
I love that
It's got such a
idea.
beautiful markings and inclusions that it would look amazing for that.
For wire writing,
Yeah.
that's a really, really nice idea. Also, these have got a ginormous drill hole. Why is that good for anyone who's new?
Well, you could fit sizable wire through for a start. So definitely looking at these, even a 1.5 might go through, which is
I'd
massive,
agree with you.
massive. Then you could make some amazing structural pieces with that. For instance, sun catchers or so. So you could use these to be stranded onto, structural wires for that sort of thing. Or you could use multiple strands if you want to make macrame designs without then having to add in. So that's why a large drill hole is fab.
That's such a good idea. £19.95. And this colour I actually think goes very nicely with my appetite. I love that colour. Really do. We're moving on to a rondel of appetite now. Have a daisy.
These are even more lush. Oh my goodness. Look
What
at
do you like
those.
about these ones?
Look at the vibrance. I mean, you need glasses just looking at them. They're brilliant.
That is some serious
Goes
shine and sparkle,
extremely
isn't
well
it?
with your top as well.
You're not wrong.
Gorgeous colour combination. So that's beautiful. Look at those.
If I show you them in comparison to the others as well, They actually work really nicely in together because there is a very slight different in shade. So for an ombre kind of look, that'd work really nicely.
It's really nice. If you mix them up as well, you've got the perfectly faceted, and then you've got Mother Nature's as intended pieces. If you mix those together, it's nice.
Yeah, that's a really good point. We are bringing to you 30 full carats worth here of your neon apatite, and it is giving you that star-like sparkle. It should be £24.95, very affordable, but you watch the live shows because you want the live on air deals, and we really appreciate you watching this evening. Thank you so much for joining me. We're going to thank you with giving you bargainacious deals. £12.95 only, that's all you're paying today, and you're getting a lot of impact for that because that colour is just so vibrant, it's so bright, it's so out there. It's almost a mix of the Pantone Serenity colour mixed in kind of with last year's ultraviolet, isn't it? It's got that kind of oomph, that kind of impact about it. And so I think it's something that's going to have a trend going and going and going for quite some time now. This kind of colour goes great alongside your turquoise. I have got, I'm going to say it, the nicest turquoise I've brought to you all year coming up tomorrow afternoon. And turquoise goes great with the likes of your amber. This, of course, is launching at 11 o'clock tomorrow. I was lucky enough to see these being created in Gdansk, and the process of it is... It's loop-de-loo. It's so incredible, the processes that these go through. This is launching for you. It's taken us a long time to get them, but they are here 11 o'clock tomorrow. £12.95 on those ones today. Nice work. Oh, there's some lovely treats in front of me. Is that a bead scoop in 10? Oh, yeah. Should we do an opal bead scoop?
Oh, yes, please. Oh, my word.
This is your kind of colour palette, I think.
It definitely is. Oh, my word. Look at this one.
These are opals, not as you would expect them, and it's a bead scoop of them. When you look at these, what springs to mind, Nadia?
Forest, greens, nature. Oops. Just outdoors generally, autumn, spring, all things natural really, nature. Yeah. That's stunning.
And they are natural as well, I should mention that. All of these are natural, all of the colours that you see and all the range that you're seeing are natural.
Opal is just so versatile.
Oh, it really is.
I mean, it's amazing what you can get in the opal family.
So
it's
diverse, isn't it?
Example for that.
It's a diverse collection of opal, and you can feel that it's opal. When you hold these, when you feel them, the coolness and the weight of them lets you know these are genuine opal. And you've got absolutely loads of it. Tons and tons and tons of it. If this were sort of strandable, let's say we were to strand all of this up, for me, genuinely you're going to be getting average length strands. You're probably going to be getting that 2 times over, actually, if you just look at these side by side, how far it would go. Already I've got loads of collectors in on this one. People are multi-purchasing or planning on anyway. There you are. Yeah, there was one who changed their mind, but it went back up again. We have got for you... That price point is brilliant. Do you remember the deal of the day bead scoop that we did? I know it's not the same, but the deal of the day bead scoop we did, you wouldn't have gotten this much opal in there. And that selection was £24.95, and they sold out in minutes. We're going down. Get ready. Don't just get one of these. Get yourself a few. Perfect colours for this time of year, don't you think? £18.95 down to...
Oh, that's... I mean, look at all these opals you're getting.
For an opal bead scoop. That is, and you're getting a huge amount in here, as you can see. Absolutely mammoth amount. And just look how versatile and different they all are. Every single one of them is so unique.
I'd be so tempted to, if I had this collection, to pearl knot them into a massive, maxi dress style necklace that reaches down to your belly.
Oh my gosh, I love that idea.
Different. We got so many different long cords on our website as well, and you could pick and choose whatever color you want in between. That's just beautiful. I love this one. My favorite.
This is very, 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 very popular indeed. I mean, when you get a bead scoop like this, how do you tackle it? Do you go pairs first, or what do you do personally?
That just depends. When I look at it, what I have in mind for it.
Mm-hmm.
I really like for this, for instance, for me, for this particular bead scoop, I would leave them as is and just make a really asymmetrical style knotted necklace with it. That's what I would do, yeah. So it just depends, but yeah, it's love it. Love bead scoops. They're like Christmas.
Yeah, they are, and I think they push you creatively as well.
They do.
Because you have to almost think outside the box. You can't go in with any sort of.
Well, you don't know what you're getting.
Exactly.
So you
have to treat every single one differently,
That's right,
don't you?
So you just whatever comes to mind. It's a good way to actually get your creative juices flowing when you get something like that and get your thinking cap on. So it's a good strand, a good bead scoop for that. And
there's plenty of different colours as well. Tom was saying he'd instantly go in with this and separate out the colours. So maybe you want to go for your really light green. There's even the different shades of green. There's so many in here. Lots and lots and lots. These are more of the reds over this side, more of your mookaite colour.
And
what about the amber colours?
Oh, that looks really beautiful like that. I wouldn't have thought that. Good idea, Tom.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Get you, Tom. Good idea. Yeah.
BGT, that was great.
It's Roald Dahl's birthday today, so we're calling Tom BFT, Big Friendly Tom.
BFT.
Yeah.
BGT. Okay, get it.
Isn't that Britain's Got Talent?
Is it now?
But yeah, look, you can pull out all of these different hues quite easily, and they really do.
Oh, that looks really
all have
nice.
Different personalities.
Oh, that's beautiful. Then if you were to restrand it like that, you'd almost have like a running circle of never-ending autumn colours on a strand.
Oh, that's a beautiful way of playing with it.
Yeah.
£12.95 for you today on these ones. Grab them whilst you can, because you've got some real big chunky treats in here. And remember, if big and chunky is your thing, I did these earlier on that were really popular, but I've also got these still to come, which are brand new. What do you think of them? Text us in, let us know what you think of them. They're in about 10 minutes, they are. 10 minutos. Would you? Is that what you do? You just re-knot them? And put them on a long chain, says Tom. Yeah, why not? And don't forget, if you do like chain, we did the solid stone and silver chain earlier on. Well done, loads of you in for this one. It's lovely to have you on board. Who fancies some cubic zirconia? Where is it? Oh, yes. Oh, some cubic zirconia in a clasp, but not just any clasp. A 5-strand box clasp. Ooh. Let me. Ooh. There we are. I am bringing to you something very versatile indeed here, and something super glitzy. So if I just show you this side first so we can get our head around what this is. It is a clasp. And you have the 5 different connection points. So imagine that this is on a necklace and I've got, say, a strand of my Want to Own Appetite coming from here. It will go all the way around the neck and join up to this side, and then with the use of this little hook at the top, I will unhook it, and there's where your clasp works, if that makes sense. There you go. So that's how your clasp will work. It's very versatile, therefore. And very beautiful indeed.
Now you're talking.
That price point on your screen, this looks like it could be a £40 clasp actually, doesn't it? I mean, if it were diamonds, even more. But £4.95, not even slightly considered. That's a kind of impulse purchase buy, I think. I think as soon as you're under a £5, it's an impulse purchase buy, isn't it? It's a quick, easy, oh yeah, go on, let's grab that then. And think, for a necklace, for a bracelet, are you planning on buying any amber tomorrow? If you are, this is perfect, no? Wouldn't you want something like this maybe to, you know, make your moons go even further, the double jewelled moons we've got? That'd be brilliant, wouldn't it? Really, really, really pretty indeed. What would you drape from this, Nadia?
I would probably use some sharp pearls to make a really wide bracelet with that.
Nice.
I think that would look amazing. It's such a fantastic way to offer some high-end looking pieces, not at the, at a cheaper price. It's brilliant. I think that's fantastic.
It's really
so classy.
It's really classy, really expensive looking as well, isn't it? Just look at that. It is divine. The way that sparkles, the way the light just grabs that grabs your attention is so beautiful. And this could be a focal point. It doesn't have to be round at the back of the neck either, does it? Or the back of the wrist?
Absolutely not. You'd want to show that off. I mean, quite often I've seen designs incorporating the actual clasp as the focal itself.
Yeah.
So that's definitely something you could do with that.
Well done to all of you. Genuine rose gold is going to be touching the skin, do not forget. And if rosy kind of hues are your thing, this Amber weekend is going to be mega. I mean, it's going to be massive. There are just line after line after line of new treats coming in for you tomorrow. Let's bring you, oh wow, that's pretty.
That's so tranquil looking again, isn't it?
It's a perfect word for it. Tranquil. Let's take a tranquil moment. Would you describe me as tranquil? No. Dan is... Tranquilizer! Excuse me, Bruce!
Oh, goodness me!
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. That was very quick, Bruce.
I know, that was witty.
I'm going to keep... Your granddad's being very mischievous today, Dan. Anyway, I am bringing to you a very tranquil, very zen aquamarine. This is truly relaxing. Where does this take you away? Does it take you off to a meditation retreat? Does it take you off to the Bahamas? Does this take you somewhere very cold, like sort of Norway maybe? It's almost got that sort of frozen fjord kind of feel to it, hasn't it?
I don't know, it reminds me of my mint garden somehow. I had a little patch where I had some herbs growing, and for some reason it reminds me of that.
That's lovely. That's really nice. We are bringing to you... Now, these are big pieces for that size, aren't they? All right, fair enough, says Tom. I don't know why I've made you sound so cockney. All right, fair enough. All right, all right. All right, don't know what's happening with the price, but we're going to do it anyway. Going to do it anyway. Oh my gosh, look at the price of that barrel. $12.95 for you today. That is a £17 discount. Let me put this up around my neckline. I'll probably have to cross it over so as not to hit my microphone. Yes, I do. This is crossing at the back, but just to give you an idea of the statement that this brings you. It's mega, isn't it? That is a big look. Because they're a centimetre in size. That's huge. Uh-oh. For the first time ever, maybe. That wasn't me. Dan, you really jumped then. Are you all right, sweet thing?
Sorry.
You all right, Poppy?
Oh, sorry.
Oh, you little love. Poor Dan. Oh, you're giving him a right fright, aren't you?
It wasn't me, I was just setting it. This thing just fell off. I mean, you know.
Just happened. $12.95. Well done to you. Remember, if all the shades of blue are calling to you, then this is still available. We have got for you coming up the monochrome wonder. But don't forget, I've also got, in my opinion, the best peridot we've ever brought. It's coming up for you, and I promise it is worth
Honestly,
the wait.
it is. From what I've seen, this paradise is you want to see. It's amazing.
It's the premium. It's luxury, but wow, is it worth it? It's on its way for you. Before that, though, do you fancy something brand new? We have got so many brand new things coming up for you over the weekend. And right here, right now, it's for another brand new. At this time of year, obviously, it's the season of change, isn't it? Fashion Week has started today, and it's obviously looking forward to next year already. Autumn, winter generally brings on bigger clothing, sort of heavier knitwear, maybe more layers, and more often than not, year after year, there will be something, some trends, some brands, some organisations, some, you know, kind of maybe element or accessory that brings a new lease of life to the monochrome look. Monochrome is always in fashion. It's not just a la mode, it's not just chic, it is timeless. And I'm bringing it to you in a genuine gemstone for the first time right now. As soon as you saw this, you were talking about how sort of ornate it looked, weren't you?
It definitely is, yeah. I really like the sort of cuts like that when you get the square shapes with the chamfered edges. It just looks so classy in my eyes. I really like it. And then together with the monochrome, the black and white, it looks like a marble column.
Yeah, it's stunning, isn't it? I love this.
I really like it. Again, I would actually add a tassel to the end just to change up the look of it.
Why not?
Oh, there you go. Already.
This is your Mexican zebra jasper, and it has that wonderfully chic monochrome. It's a really sort of favoured pairing of colour, and it's in a really pure form. And I know that sounds a little bit unusual, but you know, if we think about other monochrome gemstones, for example, your dendritic agate or your dendrite opal, more often than not, they're not actually black and white, are they? They're more often than not black and then maybe a cream colour or a slightly off-white, maybe ivory colour. Whereas to me, through and through, this is pure monochrome, pure chic, pure elegance. This is that sort of Anna Wintour go-to palette. This is that traditional nod towards the kind of original Chanel. You know, this is that kind of colour palette which year on year, time on time, is worn by everyone from every background. It's that kind of colour palette that not every gemstone of monochrome status would offer you, but this one does because it's so pure. These are substantial pieces as well, so that purity shines through even more. I know I always say this, but I think it's kind of a good analogy for something. If you were offered a piece of artwork, okay? If you were offered a piece of artwork that you absolutely loved and adored, and the artist said to you, I will do you an original of it, would you like it to be, you know, let's say 5 foot by 5 foot, or would you rather it 5 mil by 5 mil? You'd probably go for the 5 foot one, right? Because you want to be able to see every single brushstroke, every single moment of time and passion the artist has put into it. That's kind of what this is. It's the artistry and the passion of Mother Nature. And we've cut this so large that you can see the individual workings. I didn't mention that £30 because I knew it was going away, because we're launching this today. So I'm giving you an absolute launch price. My producer Tom has squeezed out every single penny he possibly can, making out but mates right now, but you are getting yourself in on a real deal treat tonight. It's a launch price offer. I do have to sit here and tell you quite honestly, I can't guarantee this price point again. It is for now and now only. If you are watching on the repeat, if you check out before 8 o'clock, 8 a.m, you should still get it for $19.90. In fact, you will still get it for $19.90. But if you check this out at say 3 minutes past 8, you won't. It will be back up to that £30 mark. So if you do like it, absolutely seize the moment. This is going to go with so much. Oh my, what's in number 3, Tom? Gosh, it's pretty. I just want to show you that it goes with so many different colours. It really does. It works so beautifully. Actually, where did I see it? I saw it was Zoltanite. Oh no, hang on. What do we call Zoltanite? Turkish diaspora. With a black and white, I don't think it was jasper, I'm not entirely sure what it was, but it was like an organic, and I saw there was like a picture of it on one of those like targeted ads on social media, and yeah, it looks so elegant. So if you have got any Turkish diaspora or those kind of colours, it's going to work really well with it, isn't it? 1990. What would you do with this, please?
Well, as I said earlier, each and every one of those for me is has to stand out on its own. So you could, if you wanted to, combine them into one neck piece. But for me, each is an individual stone. I would probably snake wire wrap one of the pieces, and you can actually use any color wire with that as well, because it'll do well with copper, it'll do well with silver, and gold look amazing with that as well. So options are open again with that. Or seed beading. I'm sure you could make some absolutely amazing caged frames for it, for each individual piece.
That's a cool idea. And, you know, if you want sort of substantial pieces, photography, it's always nice for things like that, isn't it? People have got this in their baskets if you fancy it. Now is your chance. Good luck, everyone. Okay, I'm moving on. I just think this is so different. This is not the kind of green. Green apatite isn't a usual colour anyway for apatite, but this is otherworldly. Take a little look.
That's kind of a mixture of peridot and chrome dioxide or something like that. Really beautiful. Very different.
Really unusual, isn't
Yeah,
it? Really
I
unique.
love the colour, I really do. Oh, maybe a bit of preonite thrown in as well.
Ah, yeah, you're right. It's
Yeah.
kind of a layered up of colours, isn't it? Now, apatite generally comes in the range of blues. It's to do with the elements that are created within the ingredients of this. This is actually entirely natural, yet it is the green variety. You can get greens from different areas. You can get greens from the likes of chromium, etc. This itself, with that kind of quality of green, it gives you almost shades throughout the entire strand. And I think it's lovely to be able to pair it with other green gemstones because it's such an individual and unique colour. And the fact of the matter stands that, you know, we see more greens than any other colour on the planet. And you can see the alteration in colour between every single one of these. It's lovely to have something rare, lovely to have something scarce, but it's even more, in my opinion, wonderful to have something that is scarce and natural. And that is exactly what we're bringing to you here. Imagine that on a bit of memory wire. Joking!
Oh, what? Okay.
We typed into the Jewellery Maker before, didn't we? You saw me. I just wrote in apatite. I didn't write in neon apatite or blue apatite. I just typed in that apatite. No green apatite came up. This is the only one. I would honestly, genuinely, for its unusual nature, for the size of these as well, because you're up to 1.5 centimetres in size on some of these, I would probably be expecting, on a good day, $12.95 if I'm honest. That'd be a really good day. Maybe $14.95 to head for my bets. I can't believe this. We're going to go under a tenner. I don't mean by a 5p. You ready? 140 carats worth. We're rolling on down for you today. Something big, bold and beautiful for just £4.95. That is such a talking point gemstone. It's so unusual. It's so different. It's such a, you know, sort of beautiful shade and colour that you're getting
People
here.
would definitely ask you what that is because it's nothing that, you know, I would, if you hadn't told me what it was, I would be hard pressed to actually know what this is.
Yeah,
So
yeah. No, well, that's why I asked Tom. I was like, what is that?
Yeah.
What is that in number 4? I wouldn't have guessed it either. That's incredible, isn't it? Definitely. Loads of you in on this one. Imagine as well it with, I know we did this a while ago, but with the fluorite.
Lovely. Such a great combination as well. I mean, different types of green, they set each other off nicely.
They do. The shades of green look beautiful. I think they're just so stunning. And don't forget, you've got the Woodland collection of amber launching tomorrow. Why not add a little bit of woodland green to it? Because I think that is very woodlandy, isn't it? It really is. Don't forget, the wonderful Naji's got another demonstration coming up. Oh yeah. Got another kit, genuine gemstone kit this time. So it's nice to mix it up with both.
Sunstone.
It's really pretty, Moonstone. Okie pokes, I'm moving on to... where have you gone? Where have you gone? Oh, wow. Sagnatic quartz. Sagnatic quartz, known for its inclusions. These ones have got that really lovely sort of vintage rose colour running
That's
through.
the right word for it. It's beautiful. Really subtle as well. Gorgeous.
Very subdued, very subtle.
It would actually go well with the Aquamarine we had earlier. The rounds, I think, would go well.
That would be perfect. We are bringing to you 58 carats worth of this wonderful Sagnatic quartz, and it has got that real vintage rose colour about it, especially if you sort of turn to the side there, you can see those colours really shining through. We want the inclusions, we want the interest. That's what makes this quartz your Sagnatic quartz. So it's lovely that you've got sort of a variation, I would say, on that interest, because it does vary up the colour and the depth and the density, if you will. It is entirely natural. It is 58 carats. And today, for you... Oh, he's having a little think, it's Tom. Tom is our BFG today because it's Roald Dahl's birthday today, or it would be. So I'm not sure how old he was going to be. But yeah, we're talking about Roald Dahl characters. Which Roald Dahl character would you be? Which was your favourite? We've called Tom BFT, Big Friendly Tom, for today. He's our producer. And he's giving you a big friendly price point, £9.95 for you today. It's your deal. I love that as a price point. Thanks, Tom. BFT, thank you. BFT, have you seen the new BFG? No. No, you haven't. Just the original. The classic. It's a good one. You remember being read the BFG when you were little? And the enormous crocodile. I don't think I've read that one.
I don't think I know any of the stories, to be honest.
Really?
No.
You know Charlie and the Chocolate Factory?
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Charlie and the Great Glass Elevator is the sequel to Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Oh,
yeah, I don't think I've read that one.
Yeah, I didn't even know it existed then.
No. BFG, you must have seen that one.
No.
What about seeing the film?
No.
You've never seen the BFG film?
No. I haven't.
Oh my. Right, Secret Santa's sorted for Nadia. We didn't do Secret Santa last year. No, that was really weird. But we're doing it this year. What are we saying, £10 cut off again? £5 cut off again, sorry. £5 cut off. £5 cut off's a bit stingy, Tom. £10? I swear it was £10 last time, wasn't it? £5 is a bit stingy. Although, to be fair, here at Jewellery Maker, if we were just shopping for each other for a £5, we'd get some real treats, to be honest. But anyway, gosh, yeah, you have to watch the BFG.
Okay.
Oh, you have to.
I think the new one, I've seen it on
Yeah, no, I've seen the new one. I'm not as fussed on the new one. The new one's live action, the old one's animated.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. You prefer the old one, do you, Chris? I know the person who wrote the song, all the music for that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just name dropping that in. Well, I haven't really name dropped him, but yeah, I do. Just little things I know. Just little stuff. Little stuff. Should I bring you a chevron amethyst? These are beautiful.
I love natural gemstones like that. And they're just so organic. I don't know, that's the word that popped into
Oh, it's
my
a
mind.
perfect word for it.
I love that.
When I see strands like this, I can genuinely imagine something like this being worn around a supermodel's neck and being strutted down the runway. Because, do you know, when you watch like Fashion Week, which has started today, you see some, it depends on the brand of course, but you see some people walking down the runway with things that you just think, how on earth would any normal person be able to wear that? And then generally what will happen is the high street will take those trends and sort of water them down a little bit for us, you know, normal people to be able to wear. This for me is the type of thing that you could imagine, you know, a Kate Moss or Kylie Jenner, you know, wearing something massive like this down a runway, and then the high street filtering it down, maybe making it out of plastic, maybe charge you 35, 40 quid for it. Or you could get the genuine real deal, real quartz, real chevron amethyst, 175 carats worth of this. A massive, massive, massive amount you're getting here. And you're getting that look of high-end, expensive, but it's £12.95. Or is it? No, BFT is treating us today. £6.95. That is your price point today. If you do want to grab it, you know what to do. 0800 644 655, press 1 and speak to a human. You can also get it on JewelleryMaker.com, or you can tap the app if you so wish. Free to download on your tablet, on your phone. But there's loads of ways you can get involved. And I'm pretty positive you will want to get involved this weekend. I'll be honest, loads of you coming through on this one. Surely just one you could sell on for that price.
I mean, easily. I mean, you could easily take each one of those, and we had so many gemstones this evening that you can split up the strand and use as individuals.
Good point.
Pendants. So,
yeah, great point.
Again, with this strand, you can do that. I can see these in some amazing macrame designs, for instance, where you kind of knot around and create like a cup style for each gemstone and have it on a very simple strand.
That's a nice idea.
Because that would really just show off the organicness of the stone.
Yeah.
Or wire wrap it. Or in a hairpiece. That reminds me of if you've watched Narnia.
Yeah, it was only on the other day. It was on ITV. Yeah.
The Ice Queen is wearing kind of like a...
What's her name? It's not Tilda Swinton, is it? No. Is it Tilda Swinton? Off of Doctor Strange. Sorry, that's my impression of Tilda Swinton. No, I'm not going to do it again. That's my impression of her. Let's move on quickly to... Wow. Oh, I have to show you this against black background. That's a bit big. There we go.
Look at that. I'm such a fan of drops anyway, but Labradorite, give it to me any day.
With the blue sheen. Oh, the dark, deep, intense, mysterious blue looks so expensive. It's like velvet dancing within the gem.
Look at that. So smooth and perfect looking.
That is a feast for the collectors. That is against a black background, and yet still it shines. You get this deluge of blues that layer atop one another. This is not just a periwinkle. We have got within here powder blues, duck egg blues, but even to deep, inky nighttime blues. Starry, deep, intense qualities, like kind of oil paint as it swirls and delves into others and gives you that kind of almost tornado of light. That's what you've got nestled inside the gemstone. And it's natural. I think the look you're getting here is so much more expensive than that price you have on your screen. I think the opportunity you have here to work this with precious metal and resell it at a profit is mega. We're going to make that even easier for you by making it just £29.95. I have to. Just, if you may, imagine this chain that I did for you earlier on with literally just one of these, any one you want, just one of these. This isn't even the largest, just one of these from it. I mean, that is an expensive looking piece of jewellery, isn't it? Just one hanging from this solid sterling silver chain to get that luxury look. And yeah, it's £29.95. I'm going to give these a little bit of a count up. Can you give us an idea of how you might use them in a bracelet? Because I'm looking at that and instantly thinking necklace. Sorry, I just hit my mic, didn't mean to.
Yeah, I mean, I would probably use these as charms, individuals. You've got the amazing top drill in these, so it'll let you add them in as a charm, if you will, on a silver plated bracelet. If you, for instance, use that chain that we had just now and add some jump rings to it, and you wire these to that, that looks makes some amazing drops on a bracelet.
That's a lovely idea. I've counted 21. That's how many I've got on my strand, approximately 21. Obviously, you might get more, you might get less. It is approximately £1.43 each. And this kind of colour, this kind of quality is sensational. And obviously, we have to get a really good specimen. We have to cut this absolutely perfectly to be able to get you that idyllic colour. And that is totally what you've got. Well done, well done. It's like the night sky, isn't it? You know, that's very specific time of evening where you kind of still get a little bit of sunlight sort of shining through, but it's not interrupted. That is divine. Wow. Faceted nuggets of, wow. I brought you an apatite earlier on.
Oh, these are nice.
In fact, I brought you a few apatites today. These ones, more substantial. It's got a touch of the chrysocolla about it. Is that just me?
That's right. That's exactly what I was thinking. I couldn't quite put my finger on it, but there you go. That's
really
right,
does, doesn't it?
That's
Wow.
really nice.
It's lovely.
Again, I'm fond of the cat. I must say.
It's really lovely and angular, and I think that gives you quite a bit of impact and interest, doesn't it? Really nice for stackable designs as well.
It's
Very
definitely
pretty.
something that draws the eye as opposed to smooth gemstones. Something quirky like that definitely evokes interest if you look at it.
Yeah.
Because it's just different.
And it's a bit of rough, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not completely. It's got a little bit of sort of organisation to it. It was an odd choice of words, yeah, but I'm trying to dust over it, thanks, Bruce. We've got that lovely kind of, it's a bit angular and it's a bit individual, it's a bit unique, but because it is definitely faceted on each side, it kind of makes it slightly more subdued in a way, maybe even slightly more classy. We are bringing to you 115 carats worth of your wonderful neon apatite. Should be £16.95, but it's a Friday night. You could have been out clubbing, you could have been out tripping the light fantastic, you could have been out, what else do you think our viewers might do on a Friday night, Dan? They could go clubbing,
Yeah.
they could go tripping the light fantastic, what else?
For a curry.
They could be out having a curry, they could. You
Yeah.
could be doing all of those things. Bruce, what do you think our audience likes to do? It's a great, you could be going out and getting petrol. It's a
What?
good time to go and get petrol. Yeah, it could be. But you've decided not to. You've decided to stay in, and we're going to thank you for £9.95 only. That is absolutely it. That is all you are paying today. Grab it whilst you can be at that price point, because it's a sensational deal from producer Tom today. It's a really, really beautiful opportunity. Yeah, getting petrol's a good one. What did you say, Tom? What do you think? Bingo, you could be at bingo or a rave. Yeah. Now, I am actually going to a bingo rave in a couple of weeks.
You're not.
Yeah.
A bingo rave.
A bingo rave.
How random was that? You're going to a bingo rave?
Correct, it is. Yes, it is that bingo. Yeah, yes, it is. It's basically, it's a rave but bingo. Thank you for the description, Chris. It's that. You play bingo, but they do like, in between each number, they'll put on like a bit of music and you like get up and dance. And yeah.
Oh, you'll have
You
to tell
went
me
to the
what it was
bingo. Sorry, Chris is saying he went to the bingo last night. And you won what? A meal for two.
Oh, not bad.
At the bingo? Oh, not at the bingo. No, he won it at the bingo. But it's for a restaurant. Which restaurant? A famous one? Quite a posh one. Well done you. Have you ever won on bingo? Text him. I love a good bingo winner. I do. I love a good bingo winner. You've never even been bingo? Bruce? The Beehive, when we reunite on the 2nd of October, which is a huge show, I think we need to go to the bingo in the evening. You go and study the bingo lingo tonight. We have got coming up for you now something a little bit unusual. This gemstone is, for all intents and purpose, 3 other gemstones into one. It's a beautiful and unique kind of look and take on a gem. And it's quite an interesting story as to how this was found and named. Do you know the origins of the name Petersite? It's a star by. Petersite itself is a melding of 3 gemstones. Some of them we know really, really well, some of them maybe not so much. What you get is you are getting hawk's eye, known for chatoyancy. You get tiger's eye, also known for chatoyancy. And the third and final one, binding it all together, you're getting that element of jasper within there. With those 3 combining, with the jasper, the hawk's eye and the tiger's eye, you get this rippling of colour and light and intrigue and interest, which is spectacular. When you're getting this level of beauty and quality, You are getting something which really has got levels to it. It's quite an interesting gemstone, this one. It was originally discovered in the 1960s, 1962 actually, and this is African location. The original location was Namibia, actually. And a lot of gemstones are named either after the places they are found or the way that they look. And sometimes they're found after the people who found them. This one was actually named after the original sort of describers in 1962's father. So it was a sort of a keepsake, let's say. It was named after his father, his last name. And I think that is quite a beautiful kind of comment, actually, upon the gemstone itself to name it after a loved one. It's quite unusual. Lena's in. I won on a raffle at the bingo opening day, 2 tickets, all expensive paid, cruise!
Wow.
To Mexico. Flights all included.
That's amazing. Fancy that, eh?
Lena? That's amazing. I want to get down your bingo.
Brilliant.
I won a cuddly pug dog once and I was dead excited when we dad straight away in Spain. Guess what I've just won? That's incredible.
It is, isn't it?
Oh my gosh,
Wow.
I love it. Wow, 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 wow. Ooh, did you go? Have you been yet? When is it? I want to come. Anyway, distraction. We are bringing to you today your Petersite, so named after the founder's father, Sid Peters. We are bringing it to you today. 3 mil. Sid Peters sounds like a made-up name. I can assure you it's not.
Sounds like something out of Ice Age.
Really does. Bringing to you 3 gemstones in one in this really unusual strand, and let's be honest, we don't get to see this gemstone often. Colour change treats.
Oh wow.
$5.95 only for you tonight. That is all you are paying on this one. It is a spectacular gemstone because it's just so different. It's unusual. I would say we're lucky if we see, a Petersite twice a month.
Yeah,
it doesn't happen often.
When it pops up, it really piques my interest because it really isn't something we see too much.
Agreed.
So yeah, and I like the size of this particular strand because
The 3 mil.
I really love to have these autumnal colours as accent pieces in my wire work. So it's lovely.
And, as we said, it's hawk's eye, it's tiger's eye, so it's chatoyancy on chatoyancy. And I'll be honest, it's hard for you to see chatoyancy on such a small scale here in the studio, but get it home. And you do get these flashes of beauty and light, and it is really, really very interesting indeed. So if you do fancy grabbing it, now is your chance. And you know what? Speaking of specialities, this is in the next hour. Turkish stars for. Do you fancy being a bit of a student in the break and doing some research? Because this gemstone is known by many other names. And many other names will prove to you that this gemstone will sell for 5-figure sums. I'm going to bring it to you for 3 figures tonight. 9:30, we're going to bring this to you. It is a naturally colour changing gemstone, and we are going to offer you a parcel of it. So I've got 2 in here. It's a very, very special treasure for you today, and this, alongside the likes of grandidierite, are the rarest gemstones we have in our vaults. This is something very, very serious indeed. We basically want to get you ready for the Amber weekend. We want to get you ready with those luxury items, because this gemstone, when it changes colour, depending on whether it's in fluorescent light or incandescent light or daylight, when it changes colour, it changes the colour of amber. So it goes from this kind of lemony colour to almost your cherry amber colour with that sort of traditional sort of burning ember amber colour in the middle. So it literally does the transition. Imagine amber jewellery with a genuine gemstone which changes colour with the amber. I mean, that's kind of magical, right? So this is coming up for you in the next hour. Can I also let you know about the kit coming up in the next hour. It's a genuine gemstone kit. I'm going to say it's an old school kit. Would you agree with me?
It is, but it's still nevertheless amazing.
Oh yeah, incredible.
It's amazing, yeah. Definitely it's an old school kit, but the things you can do with that.
We've got some incredible Moonstone in there. It's going to really make you smile from ear to ear. So we've got that coming up for you as well. And don't forget, we've got that peridot. But am I right in saying we've headed into a break now? Oh yeah, we're going to head to a break right here, right now. We'll be back in a few minutes.
Are you new to Jewellery Maker? Shop with us for the first time and you'll receive a free gift. The free gift includes 2 beautiful gemstone strands in an organza bag, plus a DVD ideal for jewellery making newbies, featuring tutorials essential for getting started and so much more. As long as you qualify as a new customer and haven't shopped with us before, then your free gift will automatically be added to your order when you make your first purchase with us. It's really that simple. Gemstone strands are selected at random, so gemstone size, shape and colour will vary for each new customer. Why stop there? Once you receive your new free gift, we'd love to see what you create. Share your designs with us via our Facebook page and join our creative community of jewellery makers. Start your jewellery making journey with us today. Create, wear, share.
Now, this coming weekend is our Amber Showcase weekend, and we all know that you and we absolutely love amber, especially when it's on all weekend. Now, we have found something absolutely perfect for you that we have never seen anything like before. You know how we all like ombre, dark to light, light to dark? Well, we've managed to do that in a single piece, in a single half drill pendant for you, and it is absolutely stunning. Would you like a little sneaky peek? There you go. Isn't it absolutely incredible? We've never had anything like this before, and I cannot wait to present this to you on Saturday. Now, the only thing is, with it being amber, it is limited, so you've got to be first come, first served, okay? So I do wish you all the best of luck. Do join us this coming Saturday for our incredible, amazing one-off deal of the day at 11 AM.
Welcome to Jewellery Maker. We are part of the Immediate Media family. Immediate Media is a fast-growing multimedia platform company who operates some of the most loved brands across the UK. Our brands range from our other shopping TV channel, The Sewing Quarter, to our very successful magazines, such as Simply Knitting, Molly Makes, and The Radio Times. We work incredibly hard to inspire you and bring you lots of exciting ideas and projects. So whatever your creative needs, you know that our crafting family will be there for you. Jewellery Maker. Create, wear, share. It's easy to stay in touch with Jewellery Maker. You can like our Facebook page and join a community of over 65,000 people. You can follow us on Twitter and tweet us your messages and opinions, send photos of your designs and enter our Wall of Fame competition. Or if you need any help or advice, you can email our friendly help team. Make sure to get involved and stay up to date with Jewellery Maker.
Are you new to Jewellery Maker? Shop with us for the first time and you'll receive a free gift. The free gift includes 2 beautiful gemstone strands in an organza bag, plus a DVD ideal for jewellery making newbies, featuring tutorials essential for getting started and so much more. As long as you qualify as a new customer and haven't shopped with us before, then your free gift will automatically be added to your order when you make your first purchase with us. It's really that simple. Gemstone strands are selected at random, so gemstone size, shape and colour will vary for each new customer. Why stop there? Once you receive your new free gift, we'd love to see what you create. Share your designs with us via our Facebook page and join our creative community of jewellery makers. Start your jewellery making journey with us today. Create, wear, share.
If you have a question or a query for Jewellery Maker, then you can contact our call centre on 0800 644 655 and press option 2. Or alternatively, you can email help@jewellerymaker.com.
The Jewellery Maker Wall of Fame is where you get to showcase your skills as a jewellery designer. Each week, one lucky entrant will win £100 credited to their account, and the runner-up receives £50. If you want to enter your design, just send a photo to studio@jewellerymaker.com, or you can post your photos to Jewellery Maker Studio, Ivy House, Henley Road, Studley, B80 7DU, and make sure you don't forget your customer number. Get making and good luck. Jewellery Maker. Create, wear, share.
Owning a strand of genuine gemstones is always exciting, but being able to use it in your handcrafted jewellery, then passing it on to its new owner with proof of its authenticity is even more incredible. Why not add one of our printed authenticity cards to your order and share that same feeling with your customers? You can also access online authenticity certificates through items you have previously ordered by looking at your order history on your account details. The certificate gives you valuable information about your purchase and is your guarantee of quality and peace of mind from Jewellery Maker. Jewellery Maker. Create, wear, share.
Welcome back to Jewellery Maker. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. I hope you are having a spectacular Friday the 13th and you have managed to treat yourself to some goodies today. And if you haven't as of yet, don't worry, you've still got hours until midnight, so you can stock up on the sterling silver chains I've done today. You could stock up on the apatite I did as the one to own or must have. You can stock up on the Turkish diazeport, naturally colour changing gemstone I've got coming up. You can also stock up on kits if you so wish, and of course you can stock up on the peridot I have got coming up for you, which has disappeared, but it was gorgeous. Is it hiding? No, it's hiding, it's hiding. Tell me where.
Other side, back.
Back?
Yeah, no, back that way. There you go.
This?
Yeah.
That's Turkish diaspora, that's not my peridot.
Oh, so I didn't hit.
No, it's all right, you couldn't see it. All right. Anyway, we have got all of that to come up. What am I starting with, Tom? The kit. Of course I am. This kit is incredible.
I loved it.
Oh, whilst you're there as well, can I just let you know that these are coming up on the morning show tomorrow. 9 a.m.
These are just awesome. That's
Tom is saying it's not happening on pre-order though. Oh no, you'll have to wait. Collector's piece coming up on the mid. You might buy it on its own. That one there, the geometric. Why not? It's nice to have a keychain, says Tom. Yeah, I agree with you on that. I agree. It's got a touch of the crystal maze about it. It's lovely. So that is available for you at 9. Ooh. Okie pokes. Let's do the kit first though. And I mentioned earlier on, this is kind of like an old school kit. And what I mean by that is, back before we had seed beads, it would be wire genuine gemstones. And people loved it, but we don't get to see that many of them anymore. If you love that kind of traditional old school kit, then I've got it for you here. And if you are new, when you're thinking, I don't even know what an old school kit is, don't worry, A, you're about to see it, and B, if you are new, I've got some treats you're going to need to get your hands on, including goodies we do not always see. So that's coming up in this hour. This kit is perfectly going to work alongside the previous kit I did if you want to create this wonderful wisteria, which we did the final few of the DVD with. This DVD I only had, I think it was like 50 left on last count, so if you want to have a little nosy, do feel free. But as you can see in this wonderful wisteria, we did a lot of seed beads in 2 different sizes. That was my kit earlier on. But you can also see there is a serious amount of wire within here. And I have got a serious amount of wire as part of this kit, as well as an impeccable moonstone. So let's talk about the wire straight off the bat, shall we? I've got 10 meters worth of your 0.8 millimeter This is the largest of the ones that we're getting. Quite nice, sturdy, structural, great for clasps, earrings, etc. I've also got 0.4, and usually I'd be bringing this to you in the same colour, wouldn't I? But we've gone for a little bit of a twist. We're bringing to you 0.4 in your champagne gold and in your rose gold as well. How did you feel about getting this sort of mashup of colours?
I like it because it really brings out the different weaves that you have. So you can use the gold as your base wire and then the copper as your weaving wire. And if you want to create different type of designs, you can make it really stand out. And it really complements the peach moonstone as well when you have the different colours. I think it's fabulous.
Which I have to show you.
Look at that.
This moonstone, it's almost a little bit of a wallflower, isn't it? I don't know if this is true, my grandma told me this when I was younger, but I was told that the term wallflower was something that she used to sort of hear as a child when they would have sort of events, for example, when people would go to sort of dances and people, the sort of young ladies would often stand around the outside of the dance hall waiting to be asked, and they were sort of described as the wallflowers. So they were kind of the people who would stand with their kind of backs to the wall hoping to be asked and be kind of there quite quiet, quite demure. And when I look at this, first off, that's what it makes me think of. It makes me think wallflower. It's kind of nude, it's kind of relaxed, it's kind of genteel and delicate. Maybe kind of, wouldn't say boo to a goose, but then as the light catches it, all of a sudden these take centre stage, don't they? And I really like that about it. Do you think you could see yourself sort of wearing this, and do you think this would catch someone's eye? Because I do.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, look at the sparkle. Look at it. The closer you get to it, the more you see depth and detail in the stone itself. It's absolutely beautiful.
Really is stunning,
Really
isn't it?
Yeah.
We are bringing to you your Peaches collection, and this has got that wonderful sparkle underneath the surface, which is sort of a kind of ice rose gold, if you will. You are getting in here then a lot of components. Now, how much would you expect a strand like this to be by itself? Let's just look at the quality of it. How much would you expect a strand like this to cost alone? Because, in all honesty, if my producer turned around and said to me that this was $29.95, I'd go, wow, that's brilliant. Because the quality, and you do have to see it to believe it, the quality is exceptional, isn't it?
Absolutely is. Really adore the straw. I was really quite pleased when I got this in the kit. Because it's so lovely to work with.
I bet. Today, I am bringing to you an exceptional peach moonstone, which I'll just give you the sizes on it. Sorry, let me just bring this a bit closer. The size on your moonstone, it's graduated from an 11 by 9 to an 18 by 14 approximately. And you're getting, as I said, 155 carats. That price point on your screen is astonishing. As I said, I would be expecting a close price I would be happy with of $29.95. A close price on air, I'd be happy with that, wouldn't you, for the quality? Today though, we are rolling this down. I actually forgot what price we were going to on this. I would honestly, well, you heard, I would expect to pay more for the strand. Holy schmoly! Wow! I can't hear you at all, but I presume, it's all right, I presume that price point is incredible. I've not got that price point written down beside me. That is astonishing. That really is incredible. Wow. Okay, seize this moment absolutely and completely right here, right now. Truly, that is next level.
Absolutely is, yeah.
Even if we were to say, you know, we did a discount deal on this and we only did it for $19.95, 63p for all of that. Come on. I mean, it shouldn't be that price point anyway, but still, 63p you'd be, oh yeah, no problem. That's like something you find, you know, down the back of your car seat, isn't it?
I know.
That's astonishing, it really is. Okay, well done already. You're starting to tick in now on this one. That is astonishing. We haven't even looked at the jewellery yet, apart from the bracelet, the ring I'm wearing. Do you fancy feasting your peepers on the other pieces? Tell us about this inspiration, please, when we're looking at them.
Well, we get a whole strand off this Moonstone, but I really thought that it's such a beautiful stone. It's so beautifully cut. I really wanted to individually show them off, so I've just taken each piece and created single pendants with that. And you can do that with a whole strand. So you've got essentially a whole strand full of singular pieces that make focals. Yeah. You can make so much with that. You've got a whole strand full of that for £20, 20 plus pounds. So yeah.
I just think they are divine, and I love how you have made such a point of every single one. And that goes to show how far this strand would go.
Yeah, no, it would go a long way.
It really would. A huge amount. Oh, was that one back to front, was it?
Yeah, that's fine. Just turn it around.
Oh, that's all right. We have got for you a massive discount there, and we're going to be inspired. So, we're looking at the star design, aren't we? The sort of sunburst, should I say?
We are. That was one of my favourites, and I just liked the stone that I picked for that one. I really wanted to. It's like a little bit of sunshine.
Totally.
Itself, so I thought it would look quite nice if we did something like that. So.
Perfect.
So,
let's
shall we start? Okay.
Let's.
So, what we're going to do, I'm just going to pick it up. Is it this one here? I can't actually see. No, it's not that one. Oh, thank you.
That one.
Alright, so what we need to do to create this piece, we need to first create the sunburst, as you named it so aptly for that. And for that, I've used 5 base wires, okay? So, I've probably gone with about 20 centimeters each, but for demo purposes, I've cut these ones a little bit shorter. And if you really wanted to, you could use either the copper wire, or you could use the gold wire for having the same tone. But I think it would actually look quite nice when you have the two-tone wire in this one. So
that's pretty. And don't forget too, it's a lovely design, it's a beautiful strand. Mix it with sterling silver wire if you wanted to.
Right, so I'm going to pick up the first of my wires. So if you cut it, I really like to smooth out my wire a little bit so it doesn't have any kinks. So once you cut it, just run your finger over it. This will warm it up as well. And I'm going to start at the end of my wire here, and we'll use the 0.4 to do about 10 wraps. 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. This creates a starting piece, and it also anchors the wire to it. So pick up the next one. If you straighten out your wire to start off with, you actually make sure that everything is a little bit neat and tidy. So I'm going to bring in the second base wire, and we're just going to wrap the wire around both of them, and then in between bring it out to the center, like so. Push it in, bring it up, and then we go on to the next wire, bring it round, and again in between you can bend the ends so that you're able to find the openings easier. Pull it through, bring in the next, and you don't have to actually stop at 5 base wires. If you want to make these much longer, you could add in, as many base wires as you like. So once we have added our 4, what we're going to do now is bring in our last. In actual fact, we're not going to go through the center here, we're going to come round. So once we've added this one here, just going to bring this up a bit, we're going to go around with a wire of all the 5 and come in between the 2 and 3 at the top, wrap it around the 2, push it in, and work our way back down. So now we are in between the 1 and 2 at the top, coming down again between the last 2 at the bottom, and push this in And kind of work our way, and this creates a pyramid shape with one single strand in the center. So I'm going to squish this out a bit, and this actually brings out the shape a little bit more, like so. I see you've got something else here.
Can't hide anything from you now, do you?
No, you cannot.
Peepers
I
peeled.
was about to say.
Have a little look at these. We thought, whilst we're talking wire, let's bring you some wire. And when we're with the sort of queen of macrame beside us, why not? Let's do a macrameable wire. This is your 0.6, and it's in 3 different colours. 0.6, just for anyone who is new. When you're new and you hear all these terms and we're flinging around 0.6 macrame, doesn't it? You might think, what on earth are you yammering on about? 0.6 means 0.6 of a millimetre, so it's just over half a millimetre in thickness. If I turn it around here, you'll be able to sort of see, if I kick that bit out, approximately what that means. These are great for being able to make rings. They're also really nice. They go really easily through your ear piercings, so you can make earring findings with these. It can be used as a weaving wire as well to create lots of sort of interest. Not a million miles away from this kind of detail, but on a bigger scale as well. It's used for plenty of different makes, plenty of different designs, and we love it because it goes through a lot of your gemstones. You know, it will go through a fair few of them, whether that's on the likes of that, or whether it's you know, working it as sort of making your own jump rings as well, to maybe add interconnectors, for example. I'm bringing to you 30 meters in total, and today for you it's a should be deal. But actually that isn't a should be, obviously, because it should obviously be more than that. All of our products end in 95, so that already is a bit of a discount.
That's much better. That's great. That's better than great. Okay. And you get 3 different colours.
Okay. Remember that this is all silver plated, so it's all basically copper and then silver and then the colour over the top. And I'm bringing you 30 meters. So how much is that per meter? I know that math should be really easy. Is it for 13 pence? Approximately per metre. I've paid more than that for ribbon.
I know.
Per metre. I have. Wow, well done. Grab it, stock up whilst you can. In particularly, as you're going to be getting your hands on many a treat this weekend, I'm sure that you're going to want to get your hands on. Okay, and Arja, I'm back with you, my love.
Okay.
Well done.
So we've created our first pyramid, and as I said, I squished it down a little bit, be gentle, otherwise you're going to bend the wire sideways. And then I'm going to go back to the bottom wire, and I'm going to do 10 wraps. So this will just determine the gap that you get in between the sun rays, if you will. So it's 4, 5, 6, 7. As you go along, I like to push it in with my nail. 8, 9. I think that's actually 10. Just do the one more. So again, you know, you can have a much different effect if you have less or more wraps in between each. You can have it much more prominent if you, for instance, halve the number of revolutions. I always tend to use a pair of pliers to push the wire in as I work, because that will aid in creating a much neater design. So once we've done that, we're going to start again. So we've got our 2 wires, go around this once, come in between 1 and 2, and then go over the 4th.
Turkish Day has a port on its way in this hour, as is that peridot I've just shown you. I've also got some sterling silver wire.
Right, so we've gone around the 2, so what we need to do now is go around the back of all of them and come back up around the top, as we did before, and come in between the 3rd and the 4th, and work our way down. It creates a beautiful pyramid shape. It's one of my favorite weaves. I really think it's pretty.
It is beautiful.
Push this in and work our way down the bottom. Don't worry if it looks a bit wonky, you can push it in with a pair of pliers, and then we start again from the bottom with our 10 weaves. So now, depending on how big you'd like the pen to be, you need to decide on how many of the teeth you want to create all the sun rays. Have you even got more wire there?
Solid stainless silver. Don't mind if we do. It's 0.8 and 0.4, which are actually the two gauges that Naji is working with currently. As you can see, I'm bringing to you the 0.8 in solid sterling silver, and you're getting a massive 5 meters in the 0.4. When we're dealing with sterling silver wire, you have got a beautiful malleability. You've also got a precious element, which means if you do want to pair it with sensational stones such as this naturally colour changing not zoltanite, that's a trademark name, Turkish diaspora, then you have the opportunity to do so. That's coming up this hour. For a serious gram weight, this has got to be gram heavy. I mean, I've kind of held both and I can feel the weight of this. I really can. I am bringing to you, that is just such a good deal. I'm looking for me. I know I've got them. I have got them. That is such a good price point. I'm going to give you an average gram weight on this.
That would be quite heavy.
Because you can feel the weight of it. My let's do my 1 mil 0.8 first. You're getting a meter's worth of this one. Solid sterling silver, remember. I'm looking at 5.31 grams on that alone. That is 5.3. You won't be able to see that, but 5.3. Now if I place this one on, 7.9 approximately. That's a massive amount. 7.9. 13.2, thank you. 13.2 grams of precious metal. So we're not a million miles away, a pound a gram. We're saying at the moment with the peaks and troughs in the price of silver, we're saying if you were getting £4.50 to a gram, you've got a good deal. You're getting about £1.20, let's say, to a gram there. That's sensational deal. I have got so much amber with cascades of silver tomorrow. If you want to work with something like this and create your own, you know, sort of netting maybe to this, you don't necessarily just have to put it on a chain. Maybe you want to add layers on this. You're gonna want these types of elements to add to that. So grab it whilst you have the opportunity. We're bringing these to you tomorrow mid-show, don't forget. That is such a good price. Loads of you in for this. Well done. Don't forget, you can recreate the design we're learning now with these gauges. So treat yourself and we'll learn some more of this design. I'm with you.
Okay. So, as I was just saying, depending on how long or how large you want the pendant to be, you have to decide on the amount of teeth that you're going with. Okay, so I've gone with 14, and this roughly gives me about a, what would you say that is, 3 centimeter by 3 centimeter circle.
Probably. Yeah.
So if you want to go with more, it'll obviously make it bigger, so just depending on what you'd like to do. So, here is a piece that I have made already that's a little bit longer. So this is what it basically would look like. Again, still you'd have more of these rays. So now to create this look of the singular rays, you'd have to remove these top layers. So all we're going to do now, the first few at the top will come out fairly easy because that is where the least resistance is. So you're just going to pull it out like so. Pull out the next one. See, that one is already a little bit more difficult to remove because there's obviously more wire around them. And then the last one that I would remove is...
So you're keeping the bottom two, yes?
Yeah, I'm keeping the bottom two. So sometimes when it won't remove, what I'll do is then I'll come in and I cut it in between.
Ah, that's a good tip.
Just to give it a little bit less resistance, so then you can remove it from both sides. You also want to be careful when you're pulling it not to actually bend these rays out of shape by pulling it too much. So I've removed this and got the last one. So this is the shape that we're having. So I keep 2 of the wires so that there's a little bit of stability and also for me to have some weaving wires left. Okay, so you're going to do next, what you can do first is either use a shape to shape it first, or you can shape it after. I decided that I shape it after I've attached the 2 top wires together. So what I'm going to do next is bend these out to the side, and I'm going to use these 2 wires at the top as my bell. So I'm going to bend these out to the side a little bit. And I'm going to bring these together. So don't worry if it doesn't look quite up to spec just yet. We're going to fix that in a minute. So I'm going to bring these out. I'm going to line these up, and these two are going to be the start of our bell. So I'm going to use the weaving wire that was left over, and I'm going to start by weaving them together by going around both of the wires once, then around the first wire once, second wire once, and then back again around both once, and second wire, and so forth. And as I move along, I tend to push the weave back down because that makes it a lot neater in my eyes. Not everybody does it, but I like to do it because it just helps the general look in my eyes. For me anyway. Other people may be much neater when they do their weaving. I need to push the wire in. So you just keep doing that, and this is just one type of bell that you can create, one type of weave you can use to create a bell. So you just carry on until you get the right size, and then you get something like this. Okay, so this is your bell created, and then all you need to do is just bend it around. You can have bell making pliers, or you can just you know, bend it by eye, and then bring the two wires from this bell around the front and use these to anchor the bell itself in place. So I just usually go around once, so I'd have these and kind of squish these together. And this is at the point now where you would decide what kind of shape you'd want. For instance, this would actually look quite nice in a pear as well, but if you want a circle, you can use, I've seen we had a ring mandrel.
We do.
That's going to come up, so you can bring that in. So for instance, oh yeah, right, well we can do it right now. Well, for instance, we can use this ring mandrel to use to create a shape. For instance, any object will do, but a ring mandrel is perfect for that. So that's how it would look, and this is what you would need for that. What's the code for that?
Doddy 52.
It's Dot 52.
$6.95 it is. It comes in its own little case as well. It states all of the letters on there. It is a G to Z, so it actually goes slightly above a Z, to be honest. It's good for toe rings, it's good for ring rings, it's good for earrings, it's good for pendant rings, it's good for jump rings. It's a brilliant bit of kit. Nadia, you have just made my night. I had no idea how that pattern was so perfect. Thank you so much for this fabulous demo.
Thank you. No, you're very welcome. So
It's from
pleased
lovely
that
Laura.
you find it helpful. Thank you very much.
Oh, and thanks for still watching, Laura. You've been watching for a bit now. You're having a fabulous night, my love. It is a brilliant demo. Very, very good
well,
indeed.
Pleased. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that wonderful demonstration. We've got a few more things to squeeze in for you. If you wanted, don't forget to finish off and create this design. You've obviously got the gemstone to add in there as well. And is that with a different piece of wire you've added that in?
What do you mean by different?
Sorry, the gemstone, is that from the frame?
No, basically, so just to quickly talk you through the last finishing touches, this is basically it. So what you would do with the remaining wires is create that organic shape that you see here.
I love that.
Okay, so all you would do is use the remaining wire, the 0.4, use that as a weaving wire, create some different shapes here. So for instance here this would be like a 5x2 or a 2x3, something like that, and then you would use these wires to create this organic looking shape, and all that would be left to do is add a gemstone to it. And these peach moonstones lend themselves perfectly to that, because some of the stones have the drill holes hidden kind of at the back a bit, so that's why they're absolutely perfect to sit on top of it like that. So that's easy peasy. How's that?
It's a beautiful design. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. And if you do want to, ask Nadia any questions, don't forget she's with us for another half hour, or you can find her on Facebook as well, JM Guest Designer Nadia, if you want to find her that way. Okay, it's time to give you something very, very special indeed. It's Amber Weekend. I know we keep harping on about it, but it's one of those things we have to keep mentioning it, because if maybe someone's been busy all week and they didn't know, and then it comes to Monday and everyone's going, wasn't that a brilliant weekend? And they've missed it. People are going to be gutted, because Amber is one of our best-selling products here at Jewellery Maker. It's something which also, I would say, with our connections, year after year, it just becomes more popular, because we are bringing you more exclusive, more brand new ins, more elements that you can't get anywhere else, and we bring the most competitive prices. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because what I'm about to bring you is the range of amber colours in a gemstone. This gemstone is a colour change gemstone, and it naturally changes colours depending on the light source. When it comes to rarity and scarcity of gemstones we have in our vault right now, we have got maybe 1, maybe 2 strands left of your grandidierite. I think we only have this one left. Grandidierite and Turkish diaspora are, for me, in rarity and scarcity, our top 2 in the vaults right now. And I'm about to offer you the colour change one. Turkish diaspora, start by. I love a good peruse on the internet. You're thinking of buying something. Do you ever just log onto the internet and have a little snoop? I do. Oh, I love it. Oh, I love it. Thinking of buying this. I'm just having a little soup. This gemstone does have a trade name that you may well know it by. That trade name has a .org page. Did you know? That's how I like to snoop. I like to snoop on there. I like to. This we call Turkish diaspora. That is the same gemstone as, for example, Zoltanite. It's the exact same, it's just Zoltanite is a trade name on it. A little bit like Serenite, not Serenite. Yeah, Serenite, sorry. Yeah, for a sunstone. Anywho, I'm having a little snoop on their website. And I'm just looking at what I've got in front of me. And I'll be honest with you, I've been scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, and I can't find any trillion cuts unless I'm being blind. I'm looking at the size I've got here, and I'm going to weigh it out, but I want to get an idea of where we should be on price point. So, I know this sounds really, really rude, but I'm going to ignore the smallest one. Now remember, this is the colour change. We're talking about this now because it changes, whether it's in incandescent light, whether it's in natural light, whether it's in fluorescent light, it changes colour. So right now it's in fluorescent light, and it's more of a sort of lemony colour that I'm getting here. I'm going to show you this one. There is another one in this collection, in my collection, but I just want to focus on this one, just because I think it's a little bit easier to focus on the one. You are getting another, it's an added free bonus. Wow. Wowee. Now, I've got a couple of points to prove here, and really I just want to sort of remind you that this naturally changes colour. And I also want to remind you that this is, your one locational Turkish diaspora. Actually, it was originally discovered in Russia, wasn't it, in 1800s. It was originally found, and the name itself came, diaza, I think it's diaza, or diaza, it's a Greek word, but it's essentially termed for scatter, because these form not in huge big rocks, but they form in tiny little pockets, they're like scattered around. That place, that location, did not have colour change properties. This is the only location that has the colour change properties. Because it's a colour change gemstone, it goes through the amber colours from this sort of lemony amber all the way to almost like a cherry amber, dependent on the light source. It's very popular. It's very popular. And I'm having a little look on that .org website, and I can't find any trillion cuts, but I'm finding something in a similar size. I've got a 0.76 carat in front of me, which is on their website right now for just $95, which is incredible, because the piece above that is $10,560. So actually, $95 for 0.76 is a brilliant deal. I'm bringing that up because I want to weigh this one alone. In fact, change it to carats. This piece alone is 1.40 carats. Wow, so nearly 1.5 carats. So, if we're working this out, that is your 0.76. What's that times by 2? So that's just over 1.5 carats. So instantly, we are taking that $100 price point and throwing it away because you'd have to double that and that little bit extra to get this full amount here. This full amount here in total of 160. I am bringing to you one of the scarcest gemstones on the planet. I am bringing to you one of the most luxurious gemstones on the planet, and actually, if I'm honest, I'm bringing you 2 of them because there's another one in this parcel. I can't guarantee you what shape you are going to get. I can guarantee you're going to get 160 carats, and I can guarantee they're going to be faceted, and I can also guarantee that if you take these, you know, in a light sense like this, it will be yellow. If you take these into, you know, sort of a restaurant, it will go a dark cherry red. Wear this in daylight, it's sort of somewhere in between. It's almost not a million miles away from this kind of colour in certain light sources, that sort of amber colour. That price point on your screen is incredible, but ignore it. You ready? For the luxury, the quality, the beauty, this is only because we're live on air. Come 8 o'clock, it's going to be back up to 250.
Wow, that is dizzying.
I am literally looking beside me now, and I am seeing 8,784, 10,560. I'm seeing, oh, that one's on discount, only 2,868 pounds. I am seeing 8,000 pounds, 8,230 pounds. These are the prices that are connotated with this, and I'm opting to bring you 2. You got that sterling silver wire a moment ago, didn't you? Imagine setting that with this, and do not get me wrong, if you're anything like me and you're a gemstone lover and gemstone collector, you're looking at this and going, I just want to own that. I would love to be able to make jewellery with it, but I don't know if I trust myself. You don't even have to. Get in touch with a local independent jeweller, and you can actually sketch out a sterling silver, maybe, or gold or platinum if you wanted, design with this. If you supply the gemstones, they don't charge you the gemstones, they charge you for the workmanship and the metal, and that's it. You could literally make a piece of jewellery that may well, who knows, it depends what you have done with it, but genuinely, these right now are sat in front of you at £110. You could genuinely have this crafted into a piece of jewellery which is 5 figures. You genuinely could, genuinely. Because I'm seeing 5 figures in front of me. In fact, at some instances, I'm seeing 6 figures in front of me. That is such a special occasion, isn't it?
Is, yeah. For that price, you could create an amazing heirloom for, you know, if you have a daughter or a son that you would like to pass this on. That's an amazing opportunity.
It really is, and it is a one-off opportunity. I will let you know my stocks are incredibly low. If you have got this in your basket right now, I'm not going to mention any names because I'm well aware these could be gifts, and I mean what a gift. This is a, if you've got 2 like this is a Christmas gift and a birthday gift for next year for one person. You're done, you're sorted, you're happy. This price point right there, right now is incredible. I want you to make the right decision for you. I don't want you to rush this too much. I always say, make the most of that 30-day money-back guarantee. I can't show you here in the studio this changing colour because I've only got one light source in front of me. We've got fluorescent light. You have to get this home and experience it for yourself. You can send this back within 30 days and we don't give you a credit note or anything else like that. The money goes straight back into that account for you, straight back in. It's really easy, but you have to check it out now to make the most of that. And I will just let you know, we could sit here and talk about this for another half hour, but I've literally got a handful left, so it's fastest finger first. There are no repurchase notes on that. I will just let you know that. There's no notes next to it that say we're going to buy that again, so it is what it is. Should I bring you the piece of kit that you probably spend about 40% of your time staring at on Jewellery Maker? Yeah? Fancy it? the macrame board. This macrame board is on air almost constantly. If I take this away, the macrame board is still on air because it's here. When we're looking at demos, whether it's seed beads, wire work, or actual macrame, this is used all the time.
Probably the most essential piece of kit that we have.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really is, because you really use it for any, regardless of what medium you're working with, unless it's metal clay. You use your board for working on.
Always using this. This is a great one because you can see it's got the measurements all the way along the top. It's also got the measurements all the way along the side. This obviously has the film over the top of it. You've got the gridding in here, making it really, really, really easy to measure things up, and it is completely blank on the back. So it's not too distracting if you want to, if you don't need your measurements, for example. This is your large macrame board. So if you're going to be working this on a surface, it's going to protect your surface. It's also got a lovely foam flex to it as well, so that if you
self-healing as well, that foam. So.
Correct. So if you are going to be using needles and pins in it, it's self-healing. So I am bringing to you the large macrame board today. You're looking at approximately 30 centimetres by 40 centimetres on this, so it's a substantial piece. For you at £9.95. Macrame boards can vary in price a lot, can't they?
They can, yeah. You get some really expensive sections and places where you can get them from, and then you get really, really good prices, like here.
Yeah.
So no, they can really go from expensive to quite affordable. So, and as I said, it's an essential piece of kit. I worked without one before I actually discovered them, and I don't actually know how I managed to, be frank. So that's definitely a very important piece of equipment.
And remember, they do need updating now and again. We change ours quite often. You may or may not notice, but we'll change ours pretty much, every few weeks because we have lots of people working with it. But the fact of the matter is that the macrame board, if you're using it with big thick wires, for example, you will get a little bit of gaping in the slots at the top. So it's always good to maybe... Do you have one just for the chunky cords and then one for finer cords? So you're like your micro macrame?
I've got about 15 different boards at home. So I just, as I said, I've got several projects on the go at any given time. So I have quite a few lying around. And as you were saying, I have some that are dedicated to wire work only because, as you were saying, the wires can gauge the little gaps you have on the end. So I tend to use those specifically for that. So yeah, it's worthwhile to have a few.
This is your mini macrame board on screen now, slightly smaller as you can see in size comparison to the large. It's a little bit more portable, therefore. Actually, if I turn that one sideways too, you might be able to see better.
They both have got their pros and cons in working with. So definitely the big one is great for, like when we're working here with them now and for bigger projects. The smaller one is when you're on the go.
Yeah,
perfect.
On the go for bracelets as well. You don't necessarily want to be clambering around massive long lazy cords when you're doing a little bracelet on something like this. The smaller one for you now, again, blank on one side, none on the other, is just £6.95. Like this Wisteria, we did the DVD. It was the final few for you earlier on. Lights coming up. Wow, there's some real treats in this hour. Iolite.
Oh, that's nice.
It's not the oldest sat-nav on the planet though, is it? No, it's not, Tom. Tell me how this has got anything to do with satellites. Silence. That is the quietest I've ever heard you go. He's going, this is the first sat-nav, isn't it? I am bringing to you the first sort of, let's say, navigational tool in gemstone form-ish, to hedge our bets. We have got for you here your wonderful iolite. And this is 115 carats worth of your iolite. This has been used, yes, by a pilot who wanted to prove that when in different light direction, the colour would change dramatically. And we can actually see it here in the studio on the way this one's cut in particular. If you kind of put your head where mine is, not you? If you come this side, can you see this one here?
Yeah.
You see?
Oh, right. Oh, that's amazing.
Can you see that's a real
Yeah,
dramatic
yeah, yeah,
shift, isn't it?
Absolutely.
So what colour would you say you're seeing more there?
This is a bit like smoky quartz, just about. And that is like a deep sea. Oh my goodness, that really is massively different.
Yeah, it's huge, isn't
Has
it?
that got to do with the way the
Structure of it and the way the light goes through it,
That's
yeah.
incredible.
And it just so happens that this one has been cut, 'cause they're all cut in slightly different angles to the makeup of it, if that makes sense, to the sort of A to C axis on this. It depends on the cut, but yeah, it just so happens that because of where we're sat, we can really clearly see that. It is great quality, it truly is, especially when you're getting big pieces like this, because there's more opportunity for that light interaction. So depending on whether the light sort of shimmies across the A axis or the C axis, it
So
depends on the main colour that you see. And that is truly why Vikings did used to use this as a navigational tool. They used to put some on their ships, and depending on where the sun was in relation to the stone, it would depend on the colour you see in the stone. So they would know that if it would, say they wanted to, let's say, continue north, and they knew that this was more golden when they head north, as soon as it starts to go an inky blue, they know they've slightly steered off course. So they would line back up.
I find that absolutely fascinating.
It's amazing, that, isn't it?
It is,
And it's also that era that the term crow's nest come from as well.
Oh, right, okay.
So around that sort of time, the crow's nest, they would actually keep birds on the ship, and it will say they were going off course a little bit, and they'd be steering the ship for a long time. They would let the birds loose, and if the birds came back, they knew that they had days and days worth to travel, because
nowhere to land for
exactly
the birds,
yeah
Oh,
exactly.
so interesting. Thank you again. That's so interesting.
Oh,
Amazing,
you're
yeah.
welcome. What was your fact?
The
Dan?
compass.
The compass, the magnetic compass.
Was invented in 202 BC.
202 PC, that was invented. Yeah, no, it wasn't the first navigator. It definitely wasn't the first sat nav anyway, was it, Tom? Sorry, Tom. Ah, yeah, sending the satellites up. Vikings were around when? I don't know, I'm not good with numbers like that. 790 BC. What? No, hold on. He's confusing himself. Get back to me. We will. 10.97 every single penny we can.
That's incredible price. I didn't even see the price just now.
It's
really
beautiful,
good,
isn't
yeah.
it? Can I just let you know that Turkish tiles for so low in stock now, you have got a couple of chances. People are still sat with it in their basket. 30-day money-back guarantee. I suggest you make the most of it, because that quality we haven't got. We haven't got it anywhere else. I am about to bring to you now, speaking of quality. You know how certain words get flung around quite often? Do you ever find yourself getting caught into like a word rut? Do you ever find that? Some days you'll use, like Tom's word rut at the moment, he's obsessed with the word love. You're really doing love a lot at the moment. I mean, I like it. I'm a northerner. I'm all for love. But yeah, you're in like a love rut. I will get into a beautiful rut sometimes. Sometimes I will hear myself saying beautiful on air for like the 100th time, and I'll just go, shut up! But you can't help it. I think one word that is thrown around kind of willy-nilly nowadays is the word awesome. Do you mean, oh, that's awesome? The word sort of awesome originally derived from the term awe-inspiring, and I'm going to use this word awesome in that original sense. This is an awe-inspiring strand of peridot. This is uncompromising. This is peerless. This is the creme de la creme. It could be yours. Stand by. We were just saying then under the sting that this genuinely is.
Yeah, I know, it is amazing.
There is no comparison. Peridot. I kind of wish I had 3 different strands of peridot with me to show you this alongside. But do you know what is proof of the quality of this? We have paired this alongside gold spacers, which isn't just done as a flourish. We have paired this alongside gold spacers to prove to you unequivocally the strength and awe-inspiring colour that is decadently bounding from these stones. Because that colour is not your everyday. That colour is not muted or genteel. That is peridot at its maximum. That is peridot at its gamma point. That is 20 carats worth of peridot, which has the perfect tone, saturation, and hue. Now, the thing is, peridot, we all know this, peridot only comes in one colour, okay? So it's like quartz. Quartz comes in a multitude of colours, they have different names. Peridot is one of very few gemstones that only comes in one colour. However, that does not mean that every peridot is the same. What I'm looking at here is, to me, above Shanghai peridot quality. Shanghai quality is like a lemon on green. Do you know what I mean? Like lemon on the centre on green. But today it is almost perfect green on green, which is what some of the biggest collectors in the world look for. If, for example, Van Cleef & Arpels are looking at making something, they will inherently look for a peridot which is green on green, because that is rarer, scarcer, and we are trained to believe that that is the most beautiful. And in my opinion, I could not agree more when I look on a strand like this.
Absolutely agree. That's an amazing strand. I honestly can't tear my eyes away from it. It's been winking at me from over there the whole evening.
It's absolutely peerless. It is strong, it is uncompromising, and as I mentioned before, it is, in the truest sense of the term, awesome, awe-inspiring. It is, of course, going to be more considered than a standard peridot, but this is not, no peridots are the same. And I do enjoy that about Jewellery Maker. We give you a little bit of something for everyone, a little bit of something for every pocket. If you want what we consider to be the best of what we've been able to bring to you, today is your chance. I have got 83 only today, and for you, straight down to it, straight down to that deal, £59.95. Now, I told you the price point of this when we were underneath the sting, and you said that is a good price for that colour and for the size. That is what you said in the sting then. It's worth every penny you've just said.
Penny, yeah. I mean, it's so rare. I mean, this is one thing I know about peridot, that it's really difficult to find gemstones over and above a certain size.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
these are all over a carat.
Yeah, and I've never seen
Massively.
peridot at that quality and that size. That's what's actually blown me away with the strands. Amazing.
It's astonishing, isn't it? And don't forget, we've had sterling silver wire on, etc. And you can pair it with precious metal wires. It's also going to look impeccable with golds. Maybe you want to, have this kind of quality just stand out by itself, just one on a chain, like sterling silver chain that we've had on for you today. It's got enough personality and enough pizzazz to be able to do that, hasn't it?
Certainly has.
It's incredible quality. If you've already checked out on this, well done. If you're thinking about it, do so ASAP. And remember, if you are watching on the repeat and it's nearly 8 o'clock, then it is well worth checking this out as soon as you possibly can, as it is for the Turkish diazepam, which was 250 quid, reduced to 110, but that will go back up in price if those final haven't already sold out. We have got the most spectacular weekends coming up for you. Amber weekend, and we're going to be sharing so much with you, including some of the sort of behind the scenes excitement that took place when I went to Gdansk. We have also got some brand new launching. 9 o'clock, pop it in your diaries, 9 a.m. Geometrics. Amber coming up for you. 3 p.m. Collector's Choice Real Amber. We've also got coming up for you Woodland Collection. You've got that deal of the day ombre as well. It's all going on. Nadia, you've been a start. When are you on next?
Thank you. And the 5th, I believe, of October. So I'll see you there. I'm excited. Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us. Have a fabulous evening. I'll see you tomorrow mid-show with these, the creatures, and so much more. Sleep well, my loves. I'll see you then. Bye-bye. Bye.
Welcome to Jewellery Maker. We are part of the Immediate Media family. Immediate Media is a fast-growing multimedia platform company who operates some of the most loved brands across the UK. Our brands range from our other shopping TV channel, The Sewing Quarter, to our very successful magazines, such as Simply Knitting, Molly Makes, and The Radio Times. We work incredibly hard to inspire you and bring you lots of exciting ideas and projects. So whatever your creative needs, you know that our crafting family will be there for you. Jewellery Maker. Create, wear, share.
Now, this coming weekend is our Amber Showcase weekend, and we all know that you and we absolutely love amber, especially when it's on all weekend. Now, we have found something absolutely perfect for you that we have never seen anything like before. You know how we all like ombre, dark to light, light to dark? Well, we've managed to do that in a single piece, in a single half drill pendant for you, and it is absolutely stunning. Would you like a little sneaky peek? There you go. Isn't it absolutely incredible? We've never had anything like this before. And